Okay, that one they can it work.
Yeah.
Alright, thanks.
They always enter I. Like now, you can win $150 in GG Arena's upcoming EAFC 24 2 against 2 tournament. So get your bestie or partner up with an enemy, put your differences aside, and win $150. With only 32 spots available, this online tournament is reserved for only PS5 users worldwide. Compete mode Ultimate Team. The tournament starts on the 20th of April 2024 and I am excited.
Me, how do I register?
For you to secure your spot, follow GG Arena. Click the link on the bio and join the fast-growing, vibrant gaming community. Right there in the WhatsApp group, the registration link will be made available to you. One thing about gaming tournaments, the prize, they always enter I. Like now, you can win $150 in GG Arena's upcoming EAFC 24 2 against 2 tournament. So get your bestie or partner up with an enemy, put your differences aside, and win $150. With only 32 spots available, this online tournament is reserved for only PS5 users worldwide. Compete mode Ultimate Team. The tournament starts on the 20th of April 2024 and I am excited.
Me, how do I register?
For you to secure your spot, follow GG Arena. Click the link on the bio and join the fast-growing, vibrant gaming community. Right there in the WhatsApp group, the registration link will be made available. One thing about gaming tournaments, the prize, they always enter eye. Like now, you can win $150 in GG Arena's upcoming EAFC 24 2 against 2 tournament. So get your bestie or partner up with an enemy, put your differences aside, and win $150. With only 32 spots available, this online tournament is reserved for only PS5 users worldwide. Compete mode Ultimate Team. The tournament starts on the 20th of April 2024 and I am excited.
Me, how do I register?
For you to secure your spot, follow GG Arena. Click the link on the bio and join the fast-growing, vibrant gaming community. Right there in the WhatsApp group, the registration link will be made available to you.
All right, my people, it's time for action. If this is the first time you are seeing my face, my name is Slimo, and you're welcome to the GG Arena channel where 2v2 action is going to be going down. It's been a marvelous few weeks of 2v2 action, and I must say, all the 32 teams that made their way here were just incredible. But we are down to the final best teams, the final 8 teams that will show us whether they are up for the prize money. And remember that this one is brought to you by GG Arena. We are currently watching on their YouTube channel. Once again, my name is Slimo, and it's an honor to have you here. Let me run you through the teams that are remaining in the final 8, and I must say there are some mouth-watering fixtures that are about to come up in this one, and I feel like you guys need to stay tuned to this one. So if you just joined, kindly subscribe to the channel GG Arena as well. All the esports action is going down. My name is Slimo once again, and yeah, let me take you through what will be going down today. So that's the bracket right in front of you there. You can just tell with how things are going that for sure you know that there are definitely going to be tough players making their way. So for our first game is going to be Fury who take on OK. This is a matchup that has been anticipated for a very long time. Both of the teams, we've seen them play extremely well throughout the whole of the tournament, as they'll be facing off in that semi-final matchup. Team Fury is made up of Imaji and Kelvin, so a very strong Nigerian contingent coming up from Team Fury, and also OKFC. Also, OK Okoye and KK, who are also partners for that one. So it's a strong Nigerian battle coming in there. In our other matchup, Team Khalid will take on Powerpuff Girls. Well, the very first time I heard about the Powerpuff Girls, I actually thought it was girls that were going to be playing, but it seems like it was the guys who were trying to be very, very interesting. And they've been interesting. Powerpuff Girls have been very interesting in the tournament. I followed up on their games and I've seen that they are very, very impressive. So Team Khalid is represented by Khalid himself and Frank, and for Powerpuff Girls, it's going to be Kenny and Rufai. That's an excellent pair going into that one. So winner of Fury vs OK will take on Team Khalid. We'll take on the winner of Team Khalid and Powerpuff Girls. And then the other side of the bracket is going to be the Cursed Killer. Interesting matchup as they take on the Italian Roberto. So for Italian Roberto, it is of course Roberto Henry and Italian Mafia. What a juicy duo that one is. And for the Cursed Killers, it's Farouk and Killer Freak. Wow. I think that matchup surely has a lot of people talking already. It's one of the big battles that we've kind of circled on our calendars, and you're just hoping to see what comes out of that matchup. And finally, let's win who take on Fluke Masters. So Fluke Masters is going to be Rhymes, Bobo, and YB. Rhymes and YB are the partners for Fluke Masters they've been telepathic all of the tournament, and they'll have to keep that going up against the Ghanaian contingent in Let's Win. Let's Win is also represented by Akalio and Suchi. I think they're the only Ghanaians who made it this far, and for sure, you know that them being the only Ghanaians that are here, they definitely have maybe some tricks up their sleeve. But we'll be heading into that matchup shortly. The matchup between Team Khalid and Powerpuff Girls. I've seen that they are getting ready to go into action. Team Khalid taking on Powerpuff Girls. Remember, the winner of that matchup will be facing the winner of Fury and OK. It is the 2v2 GG Arena action, the knockout stages, quarter-final stages. Remember that we started from the 32 teams who played their way down. We have to separate the boys from the men, and we are here today for the final action. And we are underway finally. Khalid takes on Rufai. Team Khalid, remember that they had a very tough time making it here, and they're looking to cement their place into the semi-final. They look to start very early, as we saw Ronaldinho just testing that defense of the Powerpuff Girls in that area, but it just kind of gives us an idea of what we might see. Ball roll scoop into Hansen. Great start. Both of the teams have already showed us what they could do on the attacking end. And this game definitely has some points to it already. If you just joined us, this is the 2v2 action. Once again, my name is Slimo. Yeah, welcome to the GG Arena channel. Kindly smash the like button if you are enjoying the action. And of course, remember that this is our semi-final game to be played in 2 legs where we'll have to settle the dispute. We'll have to separate the boys from the men. Well, brilliant control dribbling from Hansen in that area. Dramani into Hansen again. The Powerpuff Girls now just probing and probing, but that time Team Khalid always kind of have this composure and defense where they're able to keep their shape really, really well, and they've done that in the early stages here. Dramani bearing down on goal. Can they find an open man there? R9 lacking in the area. Shot cancel. Well, that was an interesting move there. The shot just skids off of the post, but it just gives you the feel that every single time that Team Khalid actually goes in front of goal, they are a menacing. Of course, when you've got R9 in front, 5-star skill move, 5-star weak foot, he can shoot with either foot. And with a lot of these icons in the game now, you kind of feel like with FC24, they made the icons easily available. And a lot of these teams are having them online again. What a save! What a big save to keep the scoreline at 0-0. Chance not gone. As Team Khalid are looking to put the press on, but what a start they've already had. Putting the pressure on the Powerpuff Girls who are struggling to kind of clear their lines, but here they come. With Mbappe finding De Bruyne on that left flank. I'm curious to see whether we might see the tactic, which is, of course, currently the new meta in the AFC 24, where you have that huge striker playing on the flank, and then you can lob the ball into him and probably get maybe a knockdown into an easy and open finish. We haven't seen too much of that. Hopefully, maybe the second half we'll see them. Mbappe! Team Powerpuff Girls opened the scoring. And just like that, Kylian Mbappe with the best of pace, looking at Mbappe again on the other end. Team Khaled are creating chances, just can't find the finish. But looking back on that goal, you just felt like once they went up in front and he got that 2 ball into Mbappe, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, of course, no brainer, he's going to score. But Team Khaled have been the more impressive side. They've created a lot of chances, but so far, it just hasn't been fruitful enough for them. Here they come again, knocking at the door. That time, Loftus-Cheek in a dangerous area just fires it over the post. But, I mean, good start from Team Khaled already. I think what we see from the guys have been impressive. And you kind of feel like once they keep knocking and knocking at the door, it will surely open for them. Reminder that Team Khaled is being represented by Khaled and Frank. Two guys, I'm sure, who've known each other for a very long time. We can tell their cohesion and telepathy with the way they've started playing, creating loads and loads of chances. But they'll need to ramp up that defense, and they're looking to keep the Powerpuff Girls out of it. Mbappe again, for the men in white that time, just runs it out of play. But I mean, great start already to this game. Remember, this is the 2v2 action brought to you by GG Arena with the $150 prize pool. Who takes home the winning prize? We find out tomorrow. Remember that today we'll be having all of the semi-final action. So make sure to stay tuned. Grab your popcorn and enjoy all the action. And there's another big chance coming in for Team Khaled. Mbappe dancing in the area with another control dribbling, and they deserve it this time. R9 Ronaldo wasn't going to miss from there. And the evil item coolly slots that one in. And we are back on level terms. And it's well deserved for Team Khaled. I don't think anybody's going to argue here with them not deserving this goal. But they've worked for it. And that time, that's where the meta of the game kind of just exposes itself. Because we saw a lot of control dribbling from Mbappe. And it looks like we might see more from them again. Team Khaled with options in the area. They've attacked down this right side so good that you almost feel like when they go through that flank, they are always dangerous to kind of handle. Well, referee blows the whistle for a foul. But like I was saying, the meta has been for a very long time control dribbling. If you haven't got that in your arsenal, I think you are lacking behind in a lot of things. And you can just tell that the Powerpuff Girls definitely have it. That is Kenny and Rufai definitely have that ability to be able to do that, because every single time they go down that flank with Mbappe or R9 or even De Bruyne, who's on the ball currently, they hold the ball so well with that controlled sprint and the dribbling that they create an opportunity every single time. And yeah, they have to create another one. What a chance missed. Ronaldinho eyeball to eyeball with the goalkeeper. How did he not finish that move? Or maybe the nerves of the knockout stages get into them. The quarterfinal already looking fiery. As they might punish them, well, seemingly looking like Team Khaled just not making good use of their chances at this point. And every single time that the Powerpuff Girls go looking for a goal, they look very dangerous. I mean, we've looked at the series of attacks that they've thrown at this game. They've been very impressive to start with. I've really enjoyed what they've brought to this first 45 minutes, but the scoreline can be deceptive. R9 Ronaldo with a lofted pass trying to find Mbappe. Team Khaled and Frank looking to work together to create something. But there's a final chance of the first half in what has been a brilliant matchup so far as they clear their lines, and that will surely be the end of the first half. And what an enjoyable that one was. I mean, two teams who definitely on the attacking front are very exciting to watch. I think Team Khaled did really well to create the chances, and you could see, and judging from the way they were playing, the Powerpuff Girls were really working well on the counter-attacks. We saw them create space with the ability to have those lofted passes, and the through balls, I think, were very key for them as we head on to the second half of the action. It's been an incredible series so far. Remember that it's going to be a best-of-2 series, so home and away for the action. It's been these teams as for sure will definitely be separating the boys from the men. Is it going to be Team Khaled or the Powerpuff Girls? You can let me know your thoughts in the comment section. and then I'll be reading a few of them out. Let me know who you think would win this one. But I mean, Team Khalid have been very, very impressive. I've enjoyed how they're using that control dribbling, attacking through that right flank with Kylian Mbappe. He's looked dangerous all game. He's looked very, very dangerous all game. And so far, Kenny and Rufai, they've been very, very impressive as well. But for Khalid and Frank, I'm sure what they are telling themselves now is let's just keep doing the same things that we're doing because we're creating chances. And that time they didn't let that one slip. The man who's been a menace all game does it again. R9 Ronaldo makes it too. And they just started the second half in the way they did the first. And this time they've been rewarded heavily with a big, big goal. R9 Ronaldo, in areas like those, he's just so deadly because of the 5-star weak foot. The angle just working so much for the Brazilian. And Team Khalid out by 2-1. Here come Rufai and the boys again. Great 10. Shot blocked in the area, but I mean, what we've seen so far from Team Khalid has been impressive. We've got to acknowledge that they're a very attacking team. We saw this through the whole of the tournament, right from the start. You could just tell that Team Khalid, in fact, Khalid and Frank, they just have it going for them. And every single time they go in front, but they could be in danger here. And for sure, he wasn't going to miss from there. And just like that, the Powerpuff Girls strike back. Kenny and Rufai making things work on the attacking end. Then wow, you almost feel like there's going to be more goals. And that's one thing I've noticed with 2v2 action. There's usually a lot of goals because, I mean, everybody can bear with me. If defending as, even when you're playing 1v1, it's extremely difficult. And when you switch things to 2v2, I mean, you've made things extra difficult. And we've seen the defenses struggle a bit, but they've been able to hold their own. I mean, it hasn't been like porous defenses that we've seen from other 2v2 games. I think this has been very, very impressive. And the initiative from GG Arena to host this 2v2 tournament is very key. And then Ronaldo again. That's where the mind game starts. Because immediately Ronaldo got the ball, you kind of feel like the goalkeeper was caught between two minds. They didn't know whether to move him to the right, where they're trying to anticipate that he would try to play across the goalkeeper. But they stood firm there with the ball. And it was always favorite to be able to parry that one away for the corner. Well, we're sorry for the buffer in the stream, but Team Khalid have been able to get the lead back. They are by 3-2. And every single time they score, you almost kind of feel like it's well-deserved. Because they're not resting on their laurels. They're attacking every single time. And it's been impressive. Alonso, I've heard that this card is extremely good. I tried to get my hands on him some time ago, but at that time, I wasn't able to complete him. De Bruyne. Is that a Team of the Year item? We'll have to check that out because I know that De Bruyne card is just 1 in a million. It's so good in the midfield. And I think when you have him, you've got to find a way to get to set him into your lineup. Great ball roll to create the space, but the defenders are aware of the danger in that area and just got into the space and blocked that one. Crucial block in that moment. Reminder that this is just the first leg of what is to come in our quarterfinal game 1 between Team Khalid and the Powerpuff Girls. Team Khalid currently up by 3-2. It's not a comfortable lead, we should say. We are seeing the Powerpuff Girls now growing to this game. Kenny and Rufai, you kind of feel like they are settling. They win the ball high up the field with Alonso. Mbappe, can he find that through ball? With the run there, Alonso again. And when they're always moving in the midfield areas, that's when you tend to look at the defense. Can you get the shape in place to prevent him from playing the final ball? That's the big question. Every single time I try to ask of the defenders, because I know 2v2 action, keeping the shape is extremely difficult. Trying to play the offside trap, getting your players into shape is so difficult. But I think Team Khalid has done a brilliant job of just keeping the defense and keeping the offense, of course, of the Powerpuff Girls at bay for the first 75 minutes, but there's still a lot of FC action to be played, and you feel like the scoreline could change anytime from now. Big switch of play into Hansen. Mbappe again has the options of playing the crossing, decides to wait for support, gets the crossing. And about something we anticipated, the Team of the Year card item, Graham Caroline Hansen She's just a gem. I mean, I haven't got that card, but I usually play with her team of the week item, and she's just massive. So just imagine that time on the volley wasn't going to miss from there, and we are back to square one. 3-3 on the aggregate scoreline. This is already looking feisty heading into the second leg. And what promises to be a cracker. Don't go anywhere. All the action on the GG Arena channel. There's more to come. Final 9 minutes to go. Team Khaled come up with it again. Frank on the ball now with Ronaldinho. Best into space. Has options to play the two, but was that offside? Well, ref says no play on. Ball roll scoop from Ronaldo. Looking for the options. De Bruyne just crowded in the area. But you can see the intent with the way they were attacking. Kylian Mbappe. Nobody's going to catch him for sure. The Powerpuff Girls looking to take the lead before this one ends. Brilliant move. Wow. End-to-end action. And the goalkeeper keeping them out of this one. But what an intense 5 minutes ago. You feel like the drama has not yet ended. This one is going to definitely keep us at the edge of our seats. And look at the corner. Mind game routines working. Still not played. Corner comes in. Can the goalkeeper come and claim? He claims. But that was a risky claim from the goalkeeper. And it's been parried out for another corner with just under 4 minutes to go. In the first leg of our quarterfinal between Team Khaled and the Powerpuff Girls. Corner looking to come in again. And just look at the movement from the guys in the box. They're just looking to find the suitable place to get the crossing in. Make it useful. Cross comes in. Well, that wasn't the best of crosses. Asim Khaled can come away with it. Maybe make good use of the counter. Ronaldo has the opportunity to find Mbappe and does find him. The Frenchman with all the pace in the world. Team Khaled to make things even better from here onwards. That header from Loftus Cheek just coming off the post. Well. They created that chance really well, but just couldn't finish it. Possibly the last chance of the game. Here come the Powerpuff Girls again. What a tackle. Those are game-saving tackles, but quite unfortunate for them. This one has definitely gone down to the wire. Eyeball to eyeball with the goalkeeper. What was he thinking? Possibly caught between two minds. And in that moment, sometimes you can't blame the players too much because you are nervous going in front of the goalkeeper. But that's situations, if you're a pro player, you've been in situations like this for a very long time. I don't know if it was going for the short cancel, the ball roll, but that was interesting too. And that was a great game to watch. What a game that one was. We'll take our first quick break of the day. And of course, we'll be back with more action from the 2v2 tournament. I hope you're having as much fun as I am. Stay tuned to the channel. There's more to come from us.
One thing about gaming tournaments, the prize, they always enter eye. Like now, you can win $150 in GG Arena's upcoming EAFC 24 2 against 2 tournament. So get your bestie or partner up with an enemy, put your differences aside, and win $150. With only 32 spots available, this online tournament is reserved for only PS5 users worldwide. Compete mode Ultimate Team. The tournament starts on the 20th of April 2024 and I am excited.
Me, how do I register?
For you to secure your spot, follow GG Arena. Click the link on the bio and join the fast-growing, vibrant gaming community. Right there in the WhatsApp group, the registration link will be made available to you. thing about gaming tournaments, the prize, they always enter eye. Like now, you can win $150 in GG Arena's upcoming EAFC 24 2 against 2 tournament. So get your bestie or partner up with an enemy, put your differences aside, and win $150. With only 32 spots available, this online tournament is reserved for only PS5 users worldwide. Compete mode Ultimate Team. The tournament starts on the 20th of April 2024 and I am excited.
Me, how do I register?
For you to secure your spot, follow GG Arena. Click the link on the bio and join the fast-growing, vibrant gaming community. Right there in the WhatsApp group, the registration link will be made available to you. One thing about gaming tournaments, the prize, they always enter eye. Like now, you can win $150 in GG Arena's upcoming EAFC 24 2 against 2 tournament. So get your bestie or partner up with an enemy, put your differences aside, and win $150. With only 32 spots available, this online tournament is reserved for only PS5 users worldwide. Compete mode Ultimate Team. The tournament starts on the 20th of April 2024 and I am excited.
Me, how do I register?
For you to secure your spot, follow GG Arena. Click the link on the bio and join the fast-growing, vibrant gaming community. Right there in the WhatsApp group, the registration link will be made available to you. One thing about gaming tournaments, the prize, they always enter eye. Like now, you can win $150 in GG Arena's upcoming EAFC 24 2 against 2 tournament. So get your bestie or partner up with an enemy, put your differences aside, and win $150. With only 32 spots available, this online tournament is reserved for only PS5.
I've already spoken of how great Hansen is. It seems like there's still a lot more problems with my audio. I'm trying to fix it up, so kindly bear with me, guys. I'm having a little problems with my audio, but I'm trying to fix it up. Hopefully, as and when the stream comes on, as and when the stream goes on, I'll be able to get everything set, and then we'll have a seamless fruitful stream today. If you just joined us, and welcome to the 2v2 action with GG Arena. We're waiting for the guys to ready up, and then we'll head into what has promised to be mouth-watering. Just a recap of how I think game one went down. Ended up 3-3, but I feel like going into game two, both teams will feel a little bit more should we call it a little bit more defensive, because they threw caution to the wind in the first leg. Attacking. We got a 6-goal thriller, but I kind of feel like in the second game, maybe now they'll set up well at the back. But if it ends up being a drawn game going into maybe the 70th minute or the 80th minute, one of the teams might actually throw caution to the wind and just keep attacking. We'll see how that goes down. But in this 2v2 action, I'm looking out for some key pointers, because I've casted over a lot of 1v1 action. Not just only in Ghana, I've casted over Nigerian stuff. I've done some international stuff, and of course, we also watch the pro players, the European pro players. We've watched Nigerian pro players, Ghanaian pro players, everybody. When they're playing 1v1, we kind of see some certain key things, and you can call it the FC24 meta. We see this year control dribbling. So meta. I've already seen that in 2v2 action. One thing I've not seen is the Trivelas and the finesse. Is it that it has been nerfed? Is it that the new updates have kind of made it ineffective a bit? Well, let me know what you're thinking in the comment section, because it kind of feels like we're not seeing a lot more of Trivelas and finesse. Maybe we'll see some in this 2v2 action, but I haven't seen too much of Trivela and finesse, and the use of play styles, and they are key. And they are very, very key. And I think on our screens, we kind of see that Mbappe, Hansen, and De Bruyne, they've all got unique play styles. I think De Bruyne has that play style where he can shoot from literally everywhere. Mbappe has the speed star play style as well. Like, they are key play styles that you've got to have in your arsenal. And if you build your team to the kind of play style that suits your plays, you really play well. And that's what we've seen from Powerpuff Girls and Team Khaled here today. But what are also some of the things you are looking out for? We've definitely seen some of the skill moves, because we saw some step overs, we saw some shot cancels, we've seen the good old-fashioned ball roll, one of the most underrated skill moves in the game. We've seen a lot of things that are going on, and it's been a wonderful session here today. I'm getting word that another matchup is about to start. So if these guys are not ready, we might just switch things over to how things are going on in that KK versus Fury matchup. They're also going to go in their second leg. So we'll switch up things and then see how they are also faring on that side of the bracket. You can just have a look at how things are shaping up right now. Fury versus OKK. And it looks like it's also a very tight one going into that matchup. Let me check if they're ready to go now, and then we can hop into what looks like a very, very tasty one. I think those guys, okay, seems like they're not ready yet. It seems like those guys are also putting things together to also make it a very, very interesting one. Team OKK is represented by Okoye and KK, the two Nigerians looking to do damage in this quarterfinal. They take on Team Fury. Team Fury is also represented by Imaji and Kelvin. What a duo that has been already so far in the league. A deadly duo, and they're looking to strike also here today. We'll see how that pans out. But it seems like the teams are hopefully getting ready. I think we might just see that second leg very, very soon. That second leg that it has kept us waiting, and some of these games, when they keep us waiting, they have to deliver. So please, Team Khaled and Powerpuff Girls, you have to deliver. You've kept us waiting for some time now, but hopefully they deliver. And we've set the ball rolling. Second leg action begins. First leg ended in 3-3. What's your prediction for the second leg? Who walks into the semi-final? Who walks into the semi-final and potentially books a date with the winner of Fury and OKK? Let's find out how this one goes. I think how they've matched up has been great. And for this time, Team Khaled in the white and the red, as we've had a dangerous tackle already in the start. Well, maybe the next getting to the Powerpuff Girls earlier. We've seen an early red card. Could this shift the dynamic of the game? Wow, huge advantage. Huge advantage going to Team Khaled. They have the man advantage now, 10 against 11. This could change a lot of things. And if you're in the chat and you play FC24 competitively or even for fun, you know how difficult it is to win games with a red card, and it's 2v2 action. They'll have to be covering a lot of spaces. Let's see how they do, because this one is going to be crazy. Literally, I think just 5 minutes. Have we even gotten to the 5th minute mark? And we already have a red card. Well, the drama starts from here, but this is where I think Powerpuff Girls will have to tell themselves impossible has the word possible in it. And you can break it down to I am possible. So hopefully they see it as a possibility to do something great because we don't see a lot of these things happen where you're down by a man and you're able to also pick it up and win. But free kick in a very promising situation. We know how in FC24 free kicks are deadly. Team Khaled behind the ball. Ronaldinho, an excellent free kick taker in the game. Here he comes. Well, does its work, and they're able to clear their lines. But the start of this game has been excellent already. Team Khaled will be surely looking to take advantage. But if you're in situations like these and you've got the man advantage, what do? Do you change up tactics? Do you just probably go for more pressing? Because I know a lot of guys do that. Here comes Ronaldo. R9 for the Powerpuff Girls looking to possibly impose themselves, and it's going to be difficult. It is going to be extremely difficult for Kenny and Rufai to impose themselves on this game because you're down to 10 men. What kind of shape are they going to keep if they're playing the popular 4-3-2-1 and FC24? In fact, tell me the formations you guys have been playing, because I think every single week I change mine. The most popular 4-3-2-1, literally everybody's playing it, and it becomes boring at the time. Because if I face some of the guys and I'm playing the same formation as them, sometimes it doesn't favor me. But if I'm just better than the person, okay, fine, I can win. All of the formations you guys are playing, if you're down to 10 men, what kind of shape do you take? Ronaldo! They open the scoring. They use that man advantage in their favor. And this was an easy finish. Just the extra pass right in front of goal. And it's made things work. It's made things work. And they've opened the scoring now. Well-deserved goal for Team Khaled and other Powerpuff Girls. Kenny and Rufai have a lot to do now. A big uphill task for them to try to overcome this deficit. 4-3 on the aggregate scoreline. Here come Kenny. Roberto Carlos go pass into Mbappe. Has the space to work with. The pass came a bit too early. And that one has been ruled out for offside. Well. We've spoken of how the red card could change the dynamic of the game, and it's already had its effects very early on. Here comes Ronaldo again. Has the option of finding Ronaldinho. Borrow to create some space. The defending was immaculate in that area. Because the timing of some of these tackles have to be perfect. If you miss it, you know you're going to give yourself a chance of conceding a penalty. So the timing of these tackles have to be literally perfect. And in 2v2 action, you can't miss out on anything. As we are seeing another card come out, I thought that one was going to be another red. That would have been chaos. That would have literally been chaos for Team Khaled, who are currently out by 4-3. Roberto Carlos, big switch of playing to Zambrotta. The right back, kind of underrated a bit because I've seen a lot of people use Cafu this year, the icon, the Brazilian icon Cafu. He's actually in my team and I've quite enjoyed him for a very long time. What a knockdown by Mbappe. Khaled and Frank doing the business again, getting more guys into the play. Tchouameni in the middle areas for De Bruyne, just teasing his way through. And did we just see a red time finish? I've been speaking a lot about time finishing here today, but every single time the players get a time finish some of these shots, they want to. But that time, Loftus-Cheek just red time in there. I'm sure Khaled wanted to make things perfect. But what's your thoughts on time finishing? I mean, it's one thing that has been hyped a lot. Myself, I don't use time finishing a lot because it's not something that I really learned. And sometimes it works. It works against guys. What a save. Petr Cech's goal has been very, very good. And it's not just this game. Even from game one, in fact, the first leg, he was incredible. Now, the buffer in the stream just keeps worrying us. I'll try to fix that error and then we'll get it as smoothly as possible. But word on the street is the Powerpuff Girls are back in it. They are back in it. And now the aggregate scoreline up to 4-4. Rolfo, go past Ronaldinho. This could fill up an opportunity for them. That time, Ronaldo on the rebound just couldn't work. But kudos to Kenny and Rufai. The resilience they've showed here today has been wonderful to watch so far. Loftus Cheek for Team Khaled again. And they're looking to regain the lead back. Ronaldinho has literally been everywhere. Here he comes again with the pace. How did that go in? These are some of the goals that goes in FC24. And it makes you go like, come on. Come on, yeah. I'm sure Kenny and Rufai are like, nothing is going to work in our favor here today. Like, how does that even go in? Deft touch from Ronaldinho, and it goes to the keeper's legs. Here they come again with De Bruyne. You know he can pick a pass. This time picks out Mbappe with an incredible ball to Hero. What a save again! Better check. Well, this time actually Van der Sar parries it away, and he keeps the scoreline at 5-4 now. But what a big save in that moment. The stuff we're already seeing is want to tell us that there's a lot more to come. That was a well-worked corner. A very well-worked corner that almost ended up in a goal. 3 minutes ago, before the first half comes to an end in our second leg. Very good pressing from Mbappe. And the Powerpuff Girls can come away with it again. Kenny just caught between two minds, don't know whether to play the pass or to dribble through. It happens a lot with FC24. And that time, the defense just crowded him in the area. Speaking of the man who's been doing a lot of damage, Ronaldinho. That time can't break through the lines, but we've seen this feature a lot. We've seen this feature a lot of times from Team Khaled. In game 1, it was Mbappe who was just worrying the Powerpuff Girls. In game 2, is the Brazilian Ronaldinho as the first half comes to a close. And it's definitely one that has had the intensity right from start to finish. Aggregate scoreline still at 5-4 in favor of Khaled and Frank. And I've been impressed with them, definitely. What have you thought about them in the ways they've played today? I think they've been very good to watch. On the offensive end, the way they pick their passes is great. Patience is also the key for me. When they find out that the defense is stacked against them or too compact, of course, recycle. And sometimes that one feels like a cliche in FC24, but it's one of the things that you just can't do without recycling the ball and coming back to find a more better option to kind of play the pass to. I think is very key as the second half begins. Who do you think is winning this one? Khaled up by 5-4 on the aggregate scoreline. Team Khaled, who have started this game very well, of course, still have the man advantage. Powerpuff Girls were able to get the equalizer, but Team Khaled proving to be too tough for them. Alonso, Mbappe again. Now that front line of R9, Hansen and Mbappe, well, the description for them is they're just too much to handle. That time Ronaldo just dribbles that one out of play as Team Khaled were looking to maybe open up that defense on the end. Vidic into De Bruyne, heavy touch, but he can still recover it and find the right back on the play. The pass though, these passes might come back to haunt them. As Team Khaled can play a big through ball that finds Ronaldo. Great knockdown by the defense. Holding its own pretty well in this one. And they've got to have sequences like that because they know that them being down by 10 men means they'll have to soak the pressure. And the pressure has literally been there since the red card came. They've done a good job of doing that, but they're still down by a goal and they'll be looking to create more chances as here they come. Mbappe just couldn't latch onto it, but I mean, it's positive stuff from Kenny and Rufai. Mbappe bursting through with pace, could have an opportunity, yeah. But they're looking to be cheeky again with those deft finishes, those low point finishes. This time looking to go near post. It came off the post. But if that had gone in, I would have loved to see the reaction from Kenny and Rufai. Mbappe again. He's been a thorn in the flesh of the defense of Kenny and Rufai so far. They struggle with dealing with him and Ronaldinho on the other flanks. You could say that it's because they are man down, of course, and it has an iota of truth in it. But judging from what we saw in the first leg, Mbappe was still a problem. Ronaldo. Kenny on the ball now with Alonso. Vidic. Is that a 3-back I'm seeing? Well, I think it's actually a 4-back. I thought that was going to be a 3-5-2 formation, but it feels like it's still 4-back because I'm seeing Vidic, I'm seeing Tchouaméni. Okay, Tchouaméni has gone back to a centre-back position for Kenny and Rufai. It was their centre-back that actually got the red card, so they had to switch Tchouaméni back into centre-back positions, and that's the luxury of you being able to have someone like Tchouaméni because of his bulky stature and the traits he has. I think he's got a great stand tackle. I think sliding tackle is not bad. I don't know for his play styles yet. I'll be checking it out. But he's got a lot of defensive traits that can allow him to play in that centre-back position and play well. So it's cool for them to be able to deploy him in that central defensive position. Here comes Ronaldinho again. Looking to cause more havoc. R9 in the area. Ball scoop finding space into Loftus-Cheek. That's the Berber spin into De Bruyne. Just too much on the shot. But there we see how it is. It was Maldini that got the red card. So it was Maldini who got the red card. He's been shifted into the midfield position. So it is that left-hand side of the midfield that has got the space that Team Khaled have been exploiting. So they are still deploying that 4-2-3, the 4-3-2-1 formation, which is of course the most popular now. But they are going to take the gamble and possibly give up space on that left-hand side in the midfield. And so far, I think it's worked well. Because if you're a man down and you're just a goal down, I think that's positive news. You still have a chance of maybe creating 1 or 2 attacks and creating more chances in this game. So kudos to them. There's a lot more of FC action to be played. About 15 in-game minutes to go. Cross comes in. The defense does its job. Hansen finding Mbappe, looking for the options, bursting through a pace. And I mean, we've seen a lot of ball roll scoop stands here today. It is the one skill move that creates a lot of separation. And you can understand why a lot of these players like to use it. Chance not gone. Zambrota left one high up. Goalkeeper comes and punches that one out. Just calms things down for Khaled and Frank. Big switch of play for Peter Crouch. Something I did speak of in game 1 was like we hadn't seen the meta which had the big striker being in wide areas for you to cross into him and then he will head and knock it down and then you get an easy finish. We hadn't seen that, but we are seeing Peter Crouch being introduced into the game. Here comes Kenny! Graham Hansen! She's got the clutch gene all right. She wasn't going to miss from there. And we are back where we started. Level on aggregate. And actually, I didn't see where this goal came from. But it's consistent pressing. Consistent. Having the never say die attitude. What a goal. As easy as you'd like it. As easy as you'd get to Mbappe. In a crowded area, just laid it off into Hansen. And that time, he didn't have to think twice there. No extra touches. One time shot into the back of the net. And we are level. Well, this one is poised to be excellent. This one is poised to have some drama at the end of it. Kind of reminds me of that first leg, you know. Reminds me of how the first leg went. And we'll have the final 6 minutes in our first quarter-final action. Here comes Team Khaled, who I'm sure are disappointed that they conceded very late on, but Kenny and Rufai have the resilience. In basketball terms, we'll say they have the dog in them. Do they have the dog in them and being clutch enough to overturn this deficit? This could be something great here. Solot with all of the strength finding Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe, can you find the open space to get a penalty? What a turn of events. Kylian Mbappe from 12 yards. This could be a historic moment. A man down, and they could literally get the lead. They get it. Throws the goalkeeper the wrong way, and what a comeback this one is. They're literally 3 minutes away from doing something we don't see very often. Team Khaled getting the cross in, the big heavy one, and Kenny can't clear. Here they come again. Alonso, sure, the time management technique will have to be deployed. They're leading on an aggregate scoreline by 6-5. They're potentially a minute away from booking their spot in the semi-final. De Bruyne, a great defensive stance. That is it now. Big chance for them. Crouch just couldn't get the pass away. And that's it. That is it. And this is where we can tell ourselves and breathe. Wow. This is the action that only the GG Arena 2v2 action can give to you. What a game. This is the game where I think it sticks in the back of our mind. We remember it for every single time. And wow, like, yeah, this is top level intensity. They've had me smiling from year to year since the start of it. I mean, it's been a wonderful, wonderful game. And we had loads of goals. I didn't expect loads of goals, but I think I'll take it. 3-2, 5-goal thriller, but a man down, and you being able to channel that energy and have that resilience to come back in. Team Khaled were leading like 60% of the time, but immediately Kenny and Rufai got the lead back. You kind of felt like, yeah, that was going to be it. And the penalty did help them. They created the opportunities for them, for themselves, and kudos to them for booking their spot in the semi-finals of the 2v2 action. We'll take another quick word from the sponsors. And of course, we'll be right back with more of the action. I hope you enjoyed them. Stay tuned.
Users worldwide. Compete mode, ultimate. One thing about gaming tournaments, the prize. They always enter eye. Like now, you can win $150 in GG Arena's upcoming EAFC 24 2 against 2 tournament. So get your bestie or partner up with an enemy, put your differences aside, and win $150. With only 32 spots available, this online tournament is reserved for only PS5 users worldwide. Compete mode, Ultimate Team. The tournament starts on the 20th of April 2024 and I am excited.
Me, how do I register?
For you to secure your spot, follow GG Arena. Click the link on the bio and join the fast-growing, vibrant gaming community. Right there in the WhatsApp group, the registration link will be made available to you. One thing about
Yep, and welcome back to the live coverage of the GG Arena 2v2 EAFC 24 action. Oh my goodness. Just game 1 in the quarterfinals is literally giving me chills. It's literally giving me chills. And if you are feeling those chills too, what are you waiting for, my friend? What are you waiting for? If you're watching from Ghana, Nigeria, SA, wherever you're watching from, kindly smash the like button. Kindly subscribe to the channel. There's more of this content where it's coming from, of course, on the GG Arena channel on YouTube. There's a big update. What we just witnessed was Powerpuff Girls, that is Kenny and Rufai, digging deep to get the victory and winning on aggregate. They booked their spot in the semi-final, but we can confirm the other semi-finalists that they will be facing. So it was Team Fury that took on Team OKK, and in the first leg, Team Fury were able to win by a slender goal. They won by a 1-0. And the second leg, they also got another victory, winning by 2-1. They qualify to the semis by winning on 3-1 on the aggregate scoreline, and they book a date. They book a date with the Powerpuff Girls in the semi-final. Yes, I'm already licking my lips for this one. Definitely will be intense. I'm still yet to get updates from the other games. I'm getting ready for us to head into that game between the Curse Killer and the Italian boys. I'd like to call them the Italian boys for this one. Italian Roberto, that's Roberto Henry, and the Italian Mafia. They'll be taking on Farouk and Killer Freak, the deadly duo. We'll see them in action very, very soon. Don't go anywhere. After this break, we'll have Farouk Manzo and Killer Freak as they take on Roberto Henry and Italian Mafia.
The prize, they always enter high. Like now, you can win $150 in GG Arena's upcoming EAFC 24 2 against 2 tournament. So get your bestie or partner up with an enemy, put your differences aside, and win $150. With only 32 spots available, this online tournament is reserved for only PS5 users worldwide. Compete mode Ultimate Team. The tournament starts on the 20th of April 2024 and I am excited.
Me, how do I register?
For you to secure your spot, follow GG Arena. Click the link on the bio and join the fast-growing, vibrant gaming community. Right there in the WhatsApp group, the registration link.
We are back for more of the action. And I'm telling you, the guys are getting ready. The game, which was possibly the match of the round. And I think it's arguably here. It's arguable here. The match of the round. The game which will see Farouk Manzo in action. The game which will see Roberto Henry in action. The game which will see Italian Mafia in action. And the game which will see Killer Freak in action. These four names. And look, I'm not in Nigeria. I'm in Ghana. But I literally know these four names because they're incredible players and we've heard them making a lot of waves in the FC scene. They've done big things within the FC community in Nigeria, and it's such an honor for me to have them here with us today. We are ready for the action. The Chaos Clan, the Chaos Killers take on Italian Roberto Henry, and Italian Mafia. Look at that squad already. It's the Kaya vet SBC. Wow, and SBC has been struggling to complete. These guys are already done. And they've inserted him into the lineup. Big game coming up. The Chaos Clan, Farouk Manzo, Killer Freak, in their all-white strip, picking from right to left in this one. And in the all-black, it is Roberto Henry and the Italian Mafia in our first leg of this matchup. You're welcome. If you just joined, this is the 2v2 action. My name is Slimo, and I'm proud to be here to bring you the live broadcast of the GG Arena action. Van Dijk finding Jude Bellingham early on in the game, but I mean, just looking at the team so far and what we've seen, I think it's been very, very good. We are seeing diverse teams because of how these teams want to play. Farouk Manzo with a very good start. Kylian Mbappe in front of goal, just side netting there. But yeah, that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's just a taste of what is to come. Because Farouk and Killer Freak, if you've been following the ENPFL, of course, the official Nigerian EAFC League, you'd know that these two, I think they've qualified for the main qualifiers in Lagos. And I followed up on Farouk's games and Killer Freak's games. And it was incredible. I've literally faced Farouk in division rivals, and I'll reveal the scores later because it didn't go well for me at all. That's where they were when I just showed me the true action. But these two guys are literally two of the best in the game. For Roberto Henry and Italian Mafia, I don't need to give you any description. If you're into EAFC action in Nigeria, Ghana, in fact, Africa, you know that these guys are some of the best in the game. Corner looking to come in from Farouk and Killer Freak. How would they work this one out? Corner comes in from Kaya Vets. Van Dijk deals with it very, very well. Virgil van Dijk has been the best defender in the game, and I'm not going to accept any debates here. This is the only part where I'll say it's not arguable. Usually, when I'm saying maybe Schmeichel is the best goalkeeper in the game, I say he's arguably. But for Virgil van Dijk, for the central defenders, for the centre backs, he's the only one that I'm not going to add arguably, because some of the stuff I've seen him doing, even with his gold card at this point in the game, yeah, the guy is crazy. And it's quite surprising that Farouk and Killer Freak don't have him in their team. But for Roberto Henry and Italian Mafia, well, they are deploying the Dutch Liverpool legend. Is he already a Liverpool legend? Well, another topic to discuss for another day. Vidic clears his lines to find Bellingham. As Italian Mafia and Roberto Henry working their way smoothly in this game. This one has had a slow start. We saw that one big chance from Farouk, which just went side netting from Mbappe. But that's how sometimes these games start. And when it springs into action, yeah, it's non-stop. Havertz. Is he playing him at left back? Well, that's interesting. Rolfo in the way. Could he get a shot away? Brilliant tackle. But that's Kai Havertz, the team on the season item, Kai Havertz, which is, of course, an SBC. I think they're about 6 days for it to end. And the funny thing is, he had already released the left-back version. And I think the central midfield version that's in the SBCs, I have to fact-check that one. You guys can let me know in the chat. Does he have the option of playing in left-back? Because I have to complete that one. I still have the promo item that gets him to play at left-back. The Kai Havertz card is very, very good. As he knocks it down into Mbappe, we open it up. What we're speaking of earlier as the new meta, your ability to cross the ball into the wide areas, into a striker that can knock down the header. That time, it was the big man up front, Didier Drogba, knocking it down for Kylian Mbappe. And a deft touch into a deft finish, low power down one, near post. Didn't make any mistake. And they've opened up the scoring. Italian Mafia and Roberto Henry. Well, they have their noses in front. They have their noses in front. And it should be interesting from here on out. Mukiele, Van Dijk. And the build-up from the back from them is very, very good. It's been a great time to watch teams that build up from the gap. That's a risky one to give away. Can they capitalize? Oh. Wow. There's literally no words to describe that situation. Killer Freak, Farouk Manzo. I don't know which one it is. I'll confirm later. But that was the chance right there. Mia Ham. Gifted with a golden opportunity. They couldn't capitalize on that one. We are having problems with the stream. Ronaldinho. Still the lead is a goal to nil in favor of Italian Mafia Roberto Henry. Kai Havertz. Oh, that's a brilliant tackle, Mukiele. That's the way to step in aggressively. And one thing I've noticed about FC24 is you've got to balance it between jockeying and being aggressive. And I think even for this fact, it's not just FC24. A lot of the iterations of the game have this feature. What a save from Czech. He did very well, Mbappe, to get away from the goalkeeper. But the recovery from the Chelsea legend in goal was huge to keep the scoreline still at 1-0. Cross comes in. Another huge save from Czech. Double save, actually, as he comes and claims. Farouk Ekela Freak knocking at the door vehemently now. Will he open up, though? The defense proving to be a bit stubborn. Miaham in the way. Can she get the pass to go? Bellingham's pass not the best, and Farouk Ekela Freak losing it out again. When you watch Farouk individually, you might say he's one of the best players when it comes to pressing on possibly the Ghanaian or the Nigerian server. Because every single time I watch him, he doesn't allow his opponents to breathe. And I think when you blend that style with Killer Freak's ability to also press well in his own right and defend well, that's a very good pair. And we are seeing that work extremely well for them in this tournament. I think we might see a lot more of the pressing from them in this one because they are now down by a goal. And what we've seen from Italian Mafia and Roberto Henry is the ability to keep the ball just prevents that press from working. Here they come again with Zambrota. Can he get the extra pass into the step in Bellingham? Well defended as Vidic comes and steps in. The first half has flown by quickly. The first half, well, what even happened? I literally can't remember because there's mouth-watering action everywhere. They're trying to get the finesse from way outside, but it's blocked in its tracks. as the first half will come to an end. Well, well, well. This one had the potential to go down to the wire. The game of the round, the match of the round. Well, that's in my opinion. I don't know what you're thinking. But to have the level of these four caliber of players all in one game in the 2v2 action in the quarterfinal, this matchup could potentially be a final matchup, like the grand finale matchup. But we're having it in the quarterfinals. That's the luxury of the GG Arena 2v2 action. But who's your favorite going into this one? We have already a first semi-final confirmed with Rufai and Kenny booking their spots, and Team Fury also making the semi-final. So we already have semi-final 1 down to a T, as we're on the quest to find out semi-final 2. Semi-final 2 in this one. Kindly subscribe to the channel if you are here. Kindly watching on the GG Arena channel. Remember that we'll have the final for you tomorrow, same time, where all the action will be going down here. Second half action now underway. Farouk and Killer Freak still down by a goal, as we've had very good attacking sequences from Italian Roberto. I think Italian Mafia Roberto Henry, they've held onto the ball very, very well. Ronaldinho with a step overs again. Zambrotta plays it into midfield this time with Mia De Bruyne almost working his way into a very promising possession, but the defense comes in clutch to step in with a wonderful tackle to win it back. Boteas loves to pass. Militao can come in and step in. Now, the EAFC Pro scene in Nigeria, Ghana, and other African countries is an intriguing one to watch out for, because I feel like there's a lot of potential, but we haven't given ourselves, and in fact, EA hasn't literally. We will have to pin this one on EA, because the servers literally came just this year, and we're already seeing some of the Nigerian players make waves. So EA hasn't really given us a lot of opportunities. So having the chance on the GG Arena 2v2 tournament is just the perfect platform to also showcase our talent as what we can do on the big stage. I know there haven't really been big announcements about 2v2 action on for possibly the Esports World Cup or the F2, as Roberto Henry and Italian Mafia are still holding on to the lead. Cross comes in. That time, Didier Drogba unable to knock it down. That's the way they've been attacking so far. That's possibly one of the moves in the EAFC this time that you can't stop. Playing into the big striker, Drogba! That one was unstoppable right there. He didn't need to use his head that time. Had to use his feet. And of course, Didier Drogba, the 94 rated item, making that one count. And Italian Roberto up by 2-0. Well, well, well. That's a way to go. That was always risky. That was extremely risky from Killer Free Kalobak. Czech almost gave it away. They almost conceded a 10. And when you concede 3 goals going into the second leg, well, that's a huge mountain to climb. Miyaham for Farouk. They haven't been too bad themselves, but literally every single chance that Italian Mafia and Roberto Henry have gotten, they've made good use of it. Miyaham again in another danger area. She's got that smallish body frame that allows her to be able to move within these tight spaces. And of course, the traits that we all love to see. 5-star skill move, 5-star weak foot, it's key. And she's also got a lot of good play styles to also matches. So whether you're an R9 guy, whether you're a Miyaham guy, I can't blame you at all, because I think those two strikers are possibly the best 2 center forwards in the game. Ruud Gullit, we haven't seen him too much in the game. The Dutch phenom in midfield. Havertz, go pass into De Bruyne. This time the step over well tracked by Virgil van Dijk. This guy, he's been at the center of everything for that stubborn defense of Italian Roberto. Well, Potea is just running that one out of play. But the defense has held its own. The defense has literally locked it down today. Kai Havertz plays a big one into Mbappe. Go pass it to Ronaldinho. That was the opportunity there. The space opened up in split seconds, but the touch from Ronaldinho, just a heavy one. I don't know if it was his intention to let it roll across his body, because he could literally have taken the touch and just shot straight right away. Or maybe he was thinking for his opponent, trying to maybe let it roll across and then get a better angle. I don't know what was happening there. But Farouk and Killer Freak still unable to capitalize on their chances, and they are creating them. They are creating them. We've given credit to the defense of Italian Mafia and Roberto, but Farouk Manzo and Killer Freak haven't been too bad on the offensive end. They've created chances, they just haven't taken them. And look at Italian Mafia and Roberto come again. Another promising possession for Rolfo. Well defended. Ronaldinho on the 10. This could be the final task possibly for Farouk Manzo. What a header. Vidic in the way. It's margins for me. Just the margins eluding Killer Freak and Farouk at this point. Drogba knocks it down into Kai Havertz. They're looking to hold on to this one and possibly hold on to a 2-goal lead heading into the second leg. De Bruyne knocks it down as Mia can take it the other way around. Farouk on the 10 finds Killer Freak with Havertz. Borrow into a very good pass to Ruud Gullit. Could this be a goal to give them hope in the second leg? That was it right there. The reverse elastico creating the angle. But a feeble finish from Mbappe just lands it easily into the goalkeeper's hands. And that's like that. We are done with the fair stuff, which was crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. A lot of chances, but there's 2 goals to show for all of the action. This one was excellent. This one was brilliant. This one was lovely to watch. Stick and stay with us. There's more to come, but just looking at how things have gone so far, it's been crazy. I'm seeing a comment from Valentine says, these 2 defenders no one agree. Imagine if 5 at the back come day. I agree with you, bro. If there was 5 at the back, yeah, it would have been difficult to score, but the defense from Italian Mafia and Roberto Henry to be able to keep the likes of Killer Freak and Farouk Manzo at bay, yeah, that's top level stuff. That's top notch stuff. And kudos to them. They've done very, very well. They've played so well, and they deserve going into the second leg with a 2-goal lead. Having the cushion like that, it's not a bad one at all. Having your ability to of course hold on to the 2-goal lead going into the second leg, I think it's a comfortable position from them, but they have to keep their foot on the gas, because if you let these guys in for a millisecond, if you give them 1 goal, because it feels like they are missing chances, you're riding on luck sometimes, and you feel like EA hasn't been fair to Farouk Manzo and Killer Freak, and what thing could shift. So the only advice I've got for Italian Mafia Roberto Henry is keep your foot on the gas, keep being aggressive, keep creating chances. And for Farouk Manzo and Killer Freak, the advice I've got for them is keep knocking at the door. The goal is coming. You just kind of have a feeling in you that the goal is coming. Yeah, that's what is at stake for the second leg of the action. We'll take another quick break for the sponsors, GG Arena, and of course we'll be looking to get into that second leg. 2 top level stuff we've already seen from these 2 teams. There's more to come. Stick and stay with us. We'll take another quick break. All right. What a first leg that one was, ending in favor of Italian Mafia and Roberto Henry. They get the 2-goal lead going into the second leg. And with this one having to look like it should be a very interesting second leg, this is how things are looking like on the bracket. Like I said earlier, Fury getting the win over OKK, 3 goals to 1 aggregate score, like they booked their spot into the semi-final. Same for Powerpuff Girls, so had to dig deep, and they had to really, really dig deep for this one. They had to show character, resilience. They showed literally everything, and they deserved the win as well. They left till late, and they won by 6 goals to 5 on aggregate. They booked a date with Fury in the semi-final, which will come on today. It will come on today, so do not go anywhere. That one for sure will come on today. And then, of course, we've got our other quarterfinals where we are seeing the first leg of the Chaos Killer, which is seeing Farouk Manzo and Killer Freak teaming up, taking on Italian Mafia and Roberto Henry in that first leg. If you missed out, you can rewind and go and watch it back. That one was crazy. Italian Mafia and Roberto Henry just having the edge over them, winning by 2 goals to 0. And we'll be going into the second leg shortly. I'm hearing the guys are getting ready, they're preparing stuff, and then we'll go for a very quick one. After this break, we are surely heading into what the second leg provides for us. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. All right, they are ready, and so am I. They are ready, and so am I. Is that a change of teams? I think they are possibly using Killer Freak's team now. Yeah, that's interesting. But for Italian Mafia and Roberto Henry, it's still the same team that they're using. And they were looking to get a third on aggregate, but the header from Mbappe just went wide. Drogba, the man who's supposed to be heading onto the ball, he's literally the one looking to find the open space. And the third comes in, and it's not looking too good for Farouk and Killer Freak now. What a start to this one. And just like I was preaching, they've got to keep their foot on the gas. And they've done literally that within the first 11 minutes of the game. That's the way to send the message. That's the way to show us that you have the chance to be in the semi-final. Well, here come Farouk and Killer Freak, okay? Well, this one is definitely positioned to be great. And points for this one, it will surely be an interesting one. 14 minutes gone, and we've been blessed with 2 goals already. Yeah, that's some crazy stuff. The aggregate scoreline now 3-1 in favor of Italian Mafia and Roberto Henry. Rolfo in the midfield, she was quite a very good one in the first leg. Saw a lot of as Farouk Manzoka come again. This time, Johan Cruyff smashes it into the back of the net, and they've cut the deficit to 1. Wow! Just 17 minutes gone, and they're looking to even get the equalizer. Haaland looking for the space, getting into Ronaldinho, well blocked. But my word, the momentum has shifted into Farouk and Killer Freak's favor. They're looking unstoppable now. But this is where we'd have to rely on the experience of Roberto Henry and Italian Mafia. Can they get that? Go pass it to Mbappe. What a block. That's a block that could be worth a goal. That's a block that could literally be worth a goal because Mbappe was on. He was in there. Over the top to Mbappe again. Knocking it down into Drogba. What a finish. Wow. Weaker foot, smashing it like this is this end-to-end stuff. Crazy, crazy moments in the game. But they've restored their 2-goal lead back. And they've got the cushion. And they can possibly breathe a little bit more now. I know they're on their necks. I know Farouk and Killer Freak were on their necks. The Italian Mafia and Roberto Henry definitely needed that goal to kind of calm the nerves in the camp a bit. I'd love to see what they are saying in the party. I'd love to see what they are saying in the party at this point, because having to survive that that 5-minute avalanche from Killer Freak and Farouk Manzo was very, very crucial for them. Once they survived it and they've gotten a goal again, it just gives you a lot more confidence heading into the final minutes. Remember that this one is the second leg. First leg ended 2-0 in favor of Italian Mafia, Roberto Henry, and they've got their 2-goal lead back, the 2-goal advantage back. But what a start this one has been already. 4-goal thriller. Rolfo, Haaland, Farouk Manzo and Killer Freak are just crazy right now. What a move. It's not a move we see too many times. The croqueta into the finish. Is it because it was played with Haaland's right foot? That's why he missed? Well, that's interesting. That is interesting. As Roberto come away with the Didier Drogba, the man who's been deadly in front of goal for these guys. Can't get it that time around. Cruyff on the 10. Ronaldinho has options. Farouk looking to find Killer Freak. Get it to Haaland. That time finish. Can't come and clear. Erling Haaland, well, he's probably the striker that everybody uses when they want to go to the new meta. The one where you have to cross to the big guy up front and then you knock it down. But I'm rethinking decisions now. Should I go for Didier Drogba? Because he's done an excellent job for Italian Mafia and Roberto Henry. And this is something that you've got to practice and practice and practice. We know we say practice makes man perfect, but sometimes you'd have to over practice to be perfect. Poteas, great knockdown. The defense shaky a bit. Farouk Manzo and Killer Freak cleared their lines. But just as I was speaking, to be a pro at the high level is not easy. Like, sometimes we feel like we can beat these pros, but it's not easy to keep working on your stuff. That's something they definitely worked on. The comeback into Ronaldinho. And there was no message from the Brazilian. They are right back in the aggregate scoreline. Now cut down to 1, 4 goals to 3. Wow. What a turn of events. What a turn of events. This one is going definitely straight down to the wire. Can you tell me who you think is winning this one? I don't know where this one is going. The predictions are going to be crazy. But it's wonderful to watch some of the stuff that has been happening here today. I'm literally watching the 2v2 action like it's 1v1. And that's kudos to both of the teams. They played very, very well. Haaland, again, he's been a thorn in the flesh of that defense so far. Johan Cruyff into Ronaldinho. What a short cancel! Some of these stuff we are seeing is just crazy, and they get the equalizer to go. But composure at its best. That's what separates a pro player from a casual. Johan Cruyff, again, the introduction of Johan Cruyff has been the breath of fresh air for that attack. I mean, Fluke and Khaled, they've been cooking. They are hot right now. And they're looking to take every single advantage they can. Reece James, looking for the options. Final minute to go before the first half comes to an end. 4-4 the aggregate scoreline reads. Bon Mati working her way in there. Kai Havertz will come and make a huge defensive stop as the first half comes to an end. Riveting start from both teams. Aggregate scoreline now 4-4. We are level. And just look at the formations. Literally the same thing. The 4-3-2 literally the same thing. And we'll keep seeing these things in FC tournaments a lot more times because like it's the best formation in the game and you don't want to play another thing and your opponent plays the best formation in the game and you have an advantage over We'll literally play the same thing and we'll see who's better at it. But these two teams, it was like, now you see the reason why I call this one possibly the match of the round, possibly the match of the quarterfinal. And I've heard people already say that the winner from this game is likely to make the final and possibly go all the way. That's not just me. That's what I heard. But yeah, it's how good these two guys are. These two teams are. That's why people have assumptions like that. But we are underway in the final 45 minutes of what has been a cracker. What has been a cracker of a series. Second leg action between Farouk Manzo and Killer Freak and Italian Mafia and Roberto Henry. The tables are for sure 10. The tables have for sure 10. Yes, I'm reading more of the comments now, so kindly get the comments coming in. Emmanuel says, I think say Italian they lead 2-0. Yeah. Italian Mafia, Roberto Henry, they were leading by 2-0. In fact, they got their 2-goal lead back in the second leg, but they've blown it. Kind courtesy of some mind-blowing attacking stuff from Killer Freak and Farouk Manzo. So yes, the table has definitely 10. The table has 10. The aggregate scoreline is at 4-4. But now it's 5-4. Farouk Manzo and Killer Freak have turned that one around. They kind of caught me off guard. It's now 5-4 in favor of Farouk and Killer Freak. Well. What a comeback this one is. What a comeback this one could potentially be. Because I don't think we are done with the goals. Didier Drogba has gone quiet a bit. I think Roberto Henry and Italian Mafia, they've gone quiet a bit. And we did speak of how great Farouk and Killer Freak press. I think the pressing is now working. It's now creating too many problems that Italian Mafia and Roberto Henry are finding difficult to handle. Drogba again has runners up front and is looking to pick the perfect one out. That's a great pass. As Drogba will latch onto it. Finding options. Rolfo into Jude Bellingham. Has the bulky frame to hold off the defenders for a bit. Decides to recycle. Into Havertz. Maybe a German style cross coming in. And Ruud Gullit can come and clear. But yeah, the German cross is also something that I haven't seen too much this year in FC24. I think last year it was a game changer. This year, the new meta control dribbling and what have you have just got to change the game. Well, the comebacks are also a meta. This time I turn about Mati at the right place at the right time, and Farouk Manzo and Kelafrik have built their own 2-goal lead now. They lead for the very first time in this series, and here they come again with Erling Haaland. Back post cross it to Ronaldinho. They're in seventh heaven now. The seventh goal for them in this fixture. What a turnaround. How the tables have turned and how quickly they turned. Farouk Manzo and Killer Freak now just flexing their muscles. What a turnaround. Roberto Henry and Italian Mafia, they look shook right now. They look shook. The defense just doesn't have any answer for what Farouk and Killer Freak have thrown at them in the second half. What a turn of events. And that's why we love competitive esports. That is why we love competitive FC action. They lose it cheaply, though. So many can get it. Well, that was a moment for them to maybe get a goal back. The pressure getting to them a bit. How many can't finish from close range. But sometimes it does happen. Back post crossing to Havertz. They're looking to cut into this deficit. They've got to find a way to get a goal right at the 70th minute mark, because the time is not on their side. Mbappe, well. It happens. That's the only thing I can say now. It does happen. It does happen sometimes. And Farouk and Killer Freak have been crazy. Farouk and Killer Freak have been crazy. They're just taking it to different levels in the second half. They've taken it to different levels in this second half, and that's stuff that you see and just admire. That's stuff that you see and just go like, wow. How do two players like be on the same wavelength, be telepathic? And that's one thing. Even from the first leg, you could see it clearly that they were creating the opportunities. They just couldn't finish them off. That's the stuff that you see from some of these players, and you go like, yeah, Nigeria's got the potential. They've got the potential. And I'm looking forward to seeing who actually wins the ENPFL finals and gets a chance at the planes to the FC Pro World Championship. Good luck to anybody who wins. I think anybody who wins for the Niger EFC community definitely has a shot to make it onto the big stage. Hopefully, we get something that's just incredible. We're head for the final 20 minutes of this one. Aggregate score line now stands at 7-4 in favor of Farouk and Killer Freak. They switched up the teams, and it's worked for them. Johan Cruyff has been excellent in front of goal. Erling Haaland has been a game changer from the start. They now introduced Karim Benzema to the front lines with the likes of Ronaldinho and Erling Haaland to partner him up front, and that looks juicy. Haaland, well, that time kind of ran away from the ball a bit, and they just can't capitalize on that one. But Farouk Manzo, Killer Freak, they've been dominant in a lot of ways. Sometimes when we use the word dominant in football, we usually cast our minds to tiki-taka or having a lot of possession of the ball. But I'd like to see the possession stats in this game. They've had possession of the ball, but I think what separated them here in this game from Italian Mafia and Roberto Henry was the pressing for me. They were aggressive with the pressing. They didn't let Italian Mafia and Roberto Henry play that possession style based football that they were playing in the first leg, and it just created too many problems for them. Wow. Havertz into Diaz. Well, that's interesting. We don't see that too many times, but that one comes to an abrupt end. I think it was in and around that 78, 80 minute mark. I'll cross check and we'll see if we can continue from there. But crazy game this one turned out to be. Crazy game. I've got more updates coming for you. Suchi and Ikalio, I'm hearing they had internet issues, so the win has been given to Fluke Masters. The Ghanaian team had internet issues, and the win has been given to Fluke Masters. So Fluke Masters will make their way to the semi-final. They face well, they potentially face, even though they are by 3 goals. They are by 3 goals on the aggregate scoreline. I know Farouk and Killer Freak have one foot in the semi-final, but we'll still have to keep formalities here. We'll have to confirm whether it's a victory for them. They potentially face Farouk Manzo and Killer Freak. That could be crazy. That could be crazy. That could be a crazy game, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm looking forward to seeing how that one pans out. But Fluke Masters, represented by Rhymes and YB, will have definitely a matchup on their hands, and that should be a matchup to savor. And of course, our first semi-final already confirmed, as we'll have Fury take on the Powerpuff Girls in the first semi-final. Second semi-final, Fluke Masters already booked their spots. We're waiting for confirmation of that game between Killer Freak and Farouk Manzo as they took on Roberto Henry and Italian Mafia out by 3 goals on the aggregate scoreline, and they're potentially looking to make their way into the semi-final. We'll confirm how that end of the game goes on, and then I'll bring you, of course, all of the updates. So don't go anywhere. Grab more popcorn, grab more biscuits, grab more drinks, grab anything that makes you feel in your comfort zone, because if you're holding the controllers, if you're in Farouk's shoes, if you're in Killer Freak's shoes, if you're in Italian Mafia's shoes, if you're in Roberto Henry's shoes holding the controllers at that point, you would have probably been panicking, because the pressure on these guys are just intense. Grab more popcorns, grab more biscuits, anything that makes you comfortable. There's a lot more to come on the channel, and we'll hope to see more of the action, more of the updates, confirmation coming with the EAFC 2v2 GG Arena channel. Don't go anywhere. We'll take another quick word from our sponsors, and of course, we'll see how the rest of the tournament turns up. Remember that the finals will be played tomorrow. So we'll finish the semi-final games, and then hopefully we can get on tomorrow with a lot more of the action in the grand finale itself. Stay tuned. All right, we are back, and that's confirmation of how the brackets are looking like. So confirmed already. First semi-final, we'll see Fury take on Powerpuff Girls, and in the second semi-final, we did see Farouk Manzo and Killer Freak clutch up and get the win over Italian Mafia and Roberto Henry. They also booked their spots in the semis. Now, I've got a big update for you guys. That game, which was forfeited by the Ghanaian team because they had network problems. Well, I think they fixed the problems and they are back with it. So we'll have that Ghana Niger matchup between Let's Win and Fluke Masters. Hopefully, we get them on stream and then be able to also see how things are going on there. So that's the only matchup we are waiting for our last semi-finalists. They take on Farouk Madzo and Killer Freak, but I mean, today has given us everything. Today has given us everything, and right from the first game, it kind of set the tone. It set the barrier for us. Game one, we had Team Khaled and the Powerpuff Girls. Team Khaled starting strongly. They were aggressive right from the start. Then game one ended in 3-3. Okay, fine. We saw Team Khaled be controlling and dominant. And in my opinion, I think they played better than Powerpuff Girls in the first leg. And then the second leg comes off. First 4 minutes, we have something which changes the trajectory of the game. It changes the complexion of the game with a huge red card going to Kenny and Rufai. Okay, fine. Then they capitalize on that red card, that Team Khalid, and they get a goal. They're leading by a goal to nil. Then from nowhere, the Powerpuff Girls get a counter through Mbappe. They get the equalizer. Okay, fine. And then there was another 10 of events. Team Khalid worked their way onto the attacking areas. Did it so well. I think they were seamless in attack at some point, and they were very good to watch. Team Khalid got their lead back 2-1 in the second leg. So aggregate was 5-4. And then we see Powerpuff Girls showing resiliency. Kenny and Rufai, I took my hat off to both of these guys, man. They were just so good to watch. And I think they deserve every credit that comes their way. They got the equalizer in outstanding fashion and literally the last 5 minutes of the game. Chaotic as you like it. Last kick of the game, they get the winner in outstanding fashion. How many times do you see this? In fact, in 1v1, let's just channel our mind to 1v1 action and put yourself in their shoes. You're down by a man, of course, a man advantage. You get a red card, and now it's 10 against 11. Already, you have to cover more space. You have to think about changing tactics. And funny enough, they didn't change the tactics. It was still 4-3-2-1. They just left that left-hand side of the midfield open, and still Team Khalid couldn't exploit it to a level which could have caused them problems. So put yourself in their shoes, red card, and a man down, and being a goal down as well, because immediately after the red card, Team Khalid got a goal. But to be able to dig deep, and 2v2 to work together in such fashion was incredible. So they did set the tone and the barrier for what was an incredible game. And then now there was that other game, that other semi-final, that other quarterfinal, sorry, which saw Farouk Manzo and Killer Freak team up to take on Italian Mafia and Roberto Henry, and they were splendid. They were splendid. They started well. I think Italian Mafia, Roberto Henry were, I'll use this word, controlling, because possession-wise they held the ball very well, and they were so good to watch at times. They created chances when they needed to. When the chances came, they also scoring. I think Didier Drogba was the star of the show in game one. But we've got to also give credit to Farouk Manzo and Kella Freak. Even though they were beaten by 2-0, you always felt at the back of your mind that, hey, they were beaten by 2-0, but they were creating chances. They were creating chances that gave you a sign that they could always come back into it. And the comeback was huge in the second leg. The second leg was chaotic. In the first like 15 minutes, we had like what, 5 goals? Yes, that's what the GG Arena 2v2 action can do for you. And I mean, it was just amazing to watch these guys. Emmanuel says the red card 90% the game helps the 10-man team. Wow, that's an interesting statement. Look, I have to disagree with you a bit here. Kindly elaborate. Tell me why you feel like if someone goes and gets the red card, it favors him. Is it like the algorithm from EA? Is it I literally don't understand. So Emmanuel, kindly come again and just tell me why you feel like it favors the 10-man team. Because of course the numbers favors the 11-man team. So how does it work for you? Just tell me the dynamic of how it works. Let's have this conversation. But yeah, that's how they dug deep. I think Farouk Manzo and Killer Freak took it to a whole new level. They were incredible. The introduction of Erling Haaland to the front line was key. Now we saw them playing those over the top two balls to Haaland. He will knock it down into the simple finish, but I mean, Johan Cruyff was the star of the show in second leg. He was very good to watch, and they definitely deserved the win. They confirmed now and they booked their spot in the semi-final. We are waiting for our last quarter-final matchup to begin. It is, of course, Let's Win, who take on Fluke Masters. We'll see how it goes, and hopefully they keep the same intensity, keep the same quality that we've gotten from all the other teams, and being able to break it down from 32 to now, and all the 32 teams were crazy. That's the truth of the matter. That is the truth of the matter. Yeah, so we've got the response from Emmanuel. He says the algorithm and the AI covering spaces, I don't know how to explain, but I'm in 10-man most times and still what? Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. At least the algorithm and the AI covering spaces, of course, this year there's been a lot of complaints with the AI covering spaces because you feel like the AI helps too much with defense at some times. So yeah, I think that makes sense. And he says him being in 10-man situations is literally won the game most of the times. Okay, maybe Emmanuel is that good to be able to be winning in with him being a man down. But let me know what you guys think. If you're a man down, do you have the advantage or does your opponent have the advantage? I will take a quick break. I'm hearing that there's a semi-final matchup to begin. Stay tuned.
We should not be able to climb because if you are going to fatigue is climbing. Yeah, but there's fatigue, bro. I don't want to do fatigue. You can fatigue, don't worry. Let's climb, let's go. Because I wasn't thinking we're going to fatigue. No, let's climb. It's not fair because I thought we were not climbing. They can't die in the industry. Thing you can do like whatever you want. You can climb, you can be down. There's no
All right. All right. It's time to go. It's time for the big showdown. It's time to enjoy some wonderful 2v2 action. Yeah, they just best my bubble, but yeah. But yeah. It's time to go. It's time for the big showdown. It's time to get ready for all of the action. It's time to get ready for all of the action. I'm sure the guys will settle back, but um, ready to go. Semi-final one begins now. Semi-final one begins now, and we've already confirmed that matchup for you. Team Khaled as they take on Fury. Fury, we haven't gotten to see them on the main broadcast yet, and I think having the chance to see them in the semi-final stage is crucial for us. It's key. It's very key, and we'll see if they've got the ability to match up with the Powerpuff Girls. Sorry, I think I made a mistake with the semi-finalists. It's actually the Powerpuff Girls. That's Kenny and Rufai who've made their way to the semi-final to be taking on Fury. So yes, that's the confirmed matchup in the semi-final, which is about to begin. And of course, it's a privilege to bring more of this action. So yeah, Powerpuff Girls, Kenny and Rufai take on Fury, Imagi and Kelvin. For Imagi and Kelvin, first time on the main broadcast. Hopefully the nerves doesn't get to them too much. Hopefully they can play their game and play at their best, because it is a chance to book your spot in the final, for a chance to maybe get your fingers on that $150 prize pool. That should be interesting. But yeah, the guys are getting ready, and so am I. You can get your predictions coming. Keep your predictions coming in. Who do you think is winning this one? Who do you feel like will have the edge over the other? I know for Kenny and Rufai, we've seen them, and we've seen that on the counter, they can be deadly. We saw that in the first leg against Team Khaled. They were playing against a possession style based team, and they were deadly on the counter. And if that situation, rears its ugly head again, where they'll have to concede possession a lot of times to their opponents, they can play on the counter. So yeah, I think Kenny and Rufai, they are cool if they want to play on the counter. But we haven't seen Kelvin and Imagi. And we know how good Imagi is. We know how good Kelvin is. Two of the top Nigerian pros. Yeah, Play with Tommy Day comes in and says, I'm here for the banter. Oh, yes. We are here for everything. The quality AFC action, the banter, the chatter, everything you can think of is all here on the GG Arena channel. And the guys, they're ready to set the ball rolling. We'll set it off as we'll have our first semi-final, first matchup, first chance, first opportunity to have a look at these two teams going into the semi-final as we set the ball rolling. Powerpuff Girls take on Fury. Powerpuff Girls, well, we'll see how they do in this one. And this is supposed to be a game which will potentially give you a chance in that grand finale. Remember, the grand finale worth, well, possibly $150. There's a lot to play. There's a lot to play for. There's a lot on the line. And kicking from left to right is the Powerpuff Girls, Kenny and Rufai, teaming up for this one in the black and white kit. And from right to left is Imagi and Kelvin for Team Fury. Well, they'll have to come in furious, and they'll have to come in with a lot of fury today if they're looking to make the final, because we know Kenny and Rufai, they are not an easy side to beat. Let's see how this one goes. Judging from what I'm seeing in the lineup, these are different players as compared to what we saw in those first two games. I've already seen, is that Lucas Vasquez? I haven't seen Lucas Vasquez in the games here today, but that should be interesting. Erling Haaland, of course, is in there. I'm sure they'd be looking to Imagi and Kelvin. Possibly that's their style as well, getting into the big man on the wide areas and then hopefully knocking it down into an open man. Let's see how it plays out. Testing the waters very early. You could tell that two teams are just testing how things are going. Big switch of play into Graham Hanson on the right. The control dribbling again, proving to be a menace already in the start. R9 Ronaldo, what a 10. The step over almost paying dividends. But the defense holding its own. De Bruyne. Mbappe is in the way again. 15 minutes gone. And yeah, we know you're in for a treat. And if you've enjoyed the action so far, you haven't subscribed to the channel. Nah, bro. You've got to hit on the like button. De Bruyne has the run over Mbappe to pick up, and we know De Bruyne can hit those passes. That's what makes him a very good midfielder in this game. If you've got the midfielder that can balance between picking up those passes and, of course, being able to defend as well, I think it's key for you. Mbappe, he's got the play styles to so much as well. Kevin De Bruyne, he's literally one of the best at it in the game. His Team of the Year card, yeah. That's why he's that expensive. I don't know if the price has dropped down. Let me just check it out a bit, because I know when the card was released earlier, it was very expensive. De Bruyne, he's literally one of the best cards in the game. Cross comes in defense as well to hold it down. Vasquez for Imagi, trying to open up the area. The dribbling is just immaculate at this point. The shot will come in, and the goalkeeper, well, he didn't have much to do there as the defense comes to his rescue. But lovely interplay between Imagi and Kelvin, almost breaking the deadlock there. That's what great team chemistry can do for you. That's what the telepathy can do for you as well. So yeah, confirm now. Kevin De Bruyne is at 1.6 million per foot bin. Yeah, the price has dropped, but it's still expensive. 1.6 million coins for Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah, that's how the Belgian is valued. And this goal is of value, okay? Kenny and Rufai open the scoring. And it almost seems like they always do this. In games where they are dominated in the possession stats, when they get their chance, they don't miss. This time, the pass into Mbappe, they just had one thing on their mind, playing onto the near post, and the goalkeeper left helpless. But Kenny and Rufai just know when to pick their moments. And they did pick their moments in the right time. That's a great finish from Mbappe to get them opened. A goal to nil in the first 30 minutes. Mbappe again running away from Bellingham. He's got the pace on him as the Belgian was looking to latch onto the pass. De Bruyne in those areas is very, very deadly, right on the edge of the box. You don't want to have a player like that lurking around, and the defense will have to take their time. Roberto Carlos. Now, Roberto Carlos is another dilemma. He's a huge dilemma. He's a huge dilemma because offensively, he can be great at times. And at times as well, he can be poor. Where I'm saying he can be great is, of course, he's got a pace. He's got like decent finishing for a left back that if you get him maybe in cutback situations or in situations where you're trying to trick your defenders, the opposing defenders to think you're going to cut back and then you shoot, he has the potential to score. He has the abilities to score. But where it falls short for me is, of course, on defense and sometimes on offense. On defense, he doesn't have the height. So sometimes when they play those back post crosses to the likes of Erling Haaland, of course, they are going to be bullied. Haaland is winning that header 99.99, and in fact, 100%. There's no way Roberto Carlos is winning that header over R9. Or even or Erling Haaland, of course. Maybe R9, he might have a chance. That's where the deficiency starts. And of course, on the offensive end as well, if you're a guy who likes to cross into the back post, sometimes your fullbacks get into the back post and they get onto the crosses. And if it's Roberto Carlos, he's not winning too many of them, and that can cause problems for you. That's why we see sometimes these teams like to go with Havertz. I've seen Havertz in that area before. I've seen Theo Hernandez, also Erling Haaland. With the step over, the shot with the right foot, the goalkeeper will hold on very well. Rufai and Kenny, they're looking to work their magic again. That time, well blocked. As we are almost there at the end of the first half, which has gone by quickly. Felix driving through the line, causing problems in that area. The defense is composed and they can clear their lines to end this first half as it comes. Well, that's the end of the first half with Kenny and Rufai up by a goal to nil. That's, in fact, that's the shape and pattern we've seen from them a lot of times in this tournament. And you guys can be the judges of this one. When they played against, when they played in their quarterfinal matchup against Khalid and Co. Team Khalid, of course. Khalid and Frank, I should just be precise there. In that first leg, they didn't look like they were dominating the ball. But every single time they got the chance, they made it count. And that's Kenny and Rufai. If you give them a glimpse of an opportunity, they'll punish you. They've got resilience. They've got everything. So I think in that first half, that was pitch perfect for them. They didn't have a lot of the ball, but when the chance came, Mbappe didn't make that one go to waste. And we'll go into the second half of this one. Remember, it's a spot. It's an opportunity to book your spot in the final. A final which over 32 teams were looking to make. Remember that we started here with about 32 2v2 teams. We are down to the final four. The final four, which features Imagine and Kelvin, Rufai and Kenny. And it also features Farouk Manzo and Killer Freak. The other two, we are looking to confirm the other semi-finalists, so stay tuned, of course. De Bruyne are under some pressure, and that's very well to win it back. Roberto Carlos looking for the runners as Rufai and Kenny are looking to string those passes in every single time they go in front. I feel like look at the number of bodies they've got up front. Of course, the 4-3-2-1 formation, they've got Mbappe, Ronaldo, and of course, Graham Hansen in that area. But immediately the midfielder picks up that ball. I think they've done this repetitively a lot of times that they know that you've got to make the run. Immediately he gets the ball into the right back. You see a striker making the run, possibly for a German cross or maybe even a normal cross-driven pass. There's a lot of stuff that they can go to, and that's what works for them. And they're not changing it. It looks like they're not changing it anytime soon. Under some pressure here. Well, that's interesting. Under a lot of pressure, and he runs that one out of play. That was a tricky situation. Well, yeah, that's what I figured. I figured that's what just happened. I'm sure one of them had connection problems because that was weird. That was very, very weird. And that would have been a horrible way to concede because imagine Kelvin, yeah, they are desperate for a goal and they could have gotten a goal out of that situation. But hopefully we're able to resume with this matchup. So yeah, Kenny and Rufa are currently leading by a goal to nil. It's still first leg of the action. There's still a lot more to come. I think the first half of the game was pretty decent. It wasn't too chaotic, but we know how quickly that one can turn. It wasn't too chaotic at all. And for sure, it could turn at any point in time. So yeah, there was definitely some stuff that could be interesting in just a few minutes because Kenny and Rufai, they can turn it up a notch. Kelvin and Imagine, I feel like they have to grow a little bit more into the game. They were quite sluggish for me a bit, but yeah, let's see how it goes, and hopefully we get them cooking. Let's wait for these guys to ready up, and then of course we get to enjoy the semi-final. Okay, we've had a switching stream, and I think I lettered you guys that we might be having these switching streams, and that's what makes it fun sometimes. We're having a switching stream for that last quarter-final game, the Ghana-Nigeria matchup, which will see Akalio and Suchi take on Team Fury. Akalio and Suchi of Team Let's Win. They are the representatives of Team just to confirm that one. They take on the Fluke Masters. They take on the Fluke Masters, Rhymes Bobo and YB. Rhymes Bobo and YB in this matchup, delicate matchup. They have Farouk and Killer Freak waiting in the wings in the semi-final. I'm sure Farouk and Killer Freak, they are probably watching this game and watching it closely. Of course, when you have the opportunity to watch someone that you could potentially face and still a thing or two, it's still maybe one or two of their tactics that you could use in your favor. And I think the dominant black and patches of red strip. So yeah, they're the red and the black, and the all white kit is for Rhymes Bobo and then YB. Yeah, of course. So they are in the white, kicking from right to left, and the Ghanaian team Let's Win, and the black and the red. That's Suchi and Akalio and Rhymes Bobo and then YB. Haji. Well, we haven't seen too much of Haji in this game. I'll be keeping a close eye. And every single time I have an opportunity to cast over these games in Ultimate Team, I'm looking closely at gems, what I call them key players. Did I just jinx that as Haji is the one to open the scoring? The Fluke Masters open the scoring with a very good goal. Haji. Was that McGinney speed cancel that we saw to create the opportunity? Oh, that was very, very good to watch. The Nigerians up by a goal to nil. Very, very good goal to open us off, to kick things off. And Akali and Suchi now will have a lot of work to do. But just like I was saying, when I'm casting over these games, I'm looking for gems. Gems that can add to my team that could make a difference. And Haji has already proved to me that I could get him in my team and he could make a difference. El Haji, that was interesting. Salah into Erling Haaland. The Ghanaians haven't been able to settle into the game, but this could be a chance for them to create an opportunity of their own. Haaland defended very, very well in that area. Breakdown and attack, but games like these, where if you're speaking from the Let's Win perspective, from Team Let's Win perspective, when you're down by a goal early, you just have to find a way to keep yourself in the game. Because if you let it get to you and you concede too many goals, it might just be too bad to come back from. Even though we've seen so many comebacks today, maybe the comeback might not work for you. So don't go down by too many goals. Enrique, the left back, finds Salah, one Liverpool legend to another in that matchup. Reece James, big sweater, and Reece again. They also have Erling Haaland playing that role, knocking it down, Virgil van Dijk in the way. We'll see a lot more of these. If you are familiar with the pro scene and you did watch the E-Premier League, that was a move we literally saw every single time. I think in the E-La Liga as well. It was so many times. And in the GG Arena 2v2 tournament, I think we've already seen like, what, 4 times or 5 times? It coming to fruition. As Let's Win, we're also looking to create their own version of the Erling Haaland knockdown. We'll have to find a name for that one because, of course, we've got the German cross, we've got popular stuff, but for the Erling Haaland and the big strikers knockdown, there's no goal. Maybe you can start guessing some of the names and then telling me in the comment section. Zidane. The ball roll to open the space up as Mbappe makes a run and gets the equalizer. That was a well-worked finish. Total football from Team Let's Win as they grab the equalizer in a beautiful fashion. Kylian Mbappe is the man to get the goal. We apologize for the buffering in the stream. I think there's a problem with the network end for the guys. I think they're struggling with it a bit. I've been given a new link to possibly switch up the stream because this one is giving us a little bit of problem. So kindly stay with me on this one. I'll be switching it to see how it turns out. But the other semi-final is about to begin. and let's go and catch and see who makes that important final. Remember that game, it ended abruptly with Kenny and Rufai leading by a goal to nil at some point in time. And they are ready to resume now. But before they resume, big update as Fluke Masters are now up by 3-1. Tough place to be in for the Ghanaian Suchi. And I call you now in a difficult space as the Fluke Masters up by 3-1. Well, that's not a fluke at all. That is not a fluke at all. They're up by 3-1 in commanding fashion now. They're looking to also make waves and also book their spot in the semi-final. Let's go back to that game between Let's Win and the Fluke Masters. It's looking very, very interesting there as we wait for the other semi-final to continue. Here they come again. Ikalio and Suchi hoping to create some space. The defense stands its ground and is able to clear their lines. Timo Werner powering through with a wonderful strike to get them back in this one. The Ghanaian team gets it back, cuts down the lead to now 3-2. Fluke Masters right back where we started, up by a goal, and the aggregate scoreline is 3-2. That was a well-worked finish as Ikalio and Suchi worked their way back into this one. But well, with how great Fluke Masters have played, you can't rest on your laurels at any point in time in this game. It could change. It could change at literally any time. As Rhymes, Bobo, and YB, they are a confident bunch. And I'm sure the likes of Killer Freak and Farouk Manzo are watching very closely now. Poteas. Well, the buffer in this stream is just crazy. It's making this one difficult to watch. Let me see how things are also going on in the other matchups as we look forward to what the semi-final holds for us. Yep, the other matchup has also commenced. We'll be switching things up to that semi-final, which will see Kenny and Rufai take on Imaji and Kelvin. Kenny and Rufai, Imaji, Kelvin. That game is also ongoing. Remember that Kenny and Rufai were already up by a goal to nil before we encountered the problem. So we'll be resuming from there, straight on from there. And, well, funny enough, we just spoke of the scoreline. And right now, Imaji and Kelvin have been able to get the equalizer in the 9th minute in this one. Can I have that? So for Kenny and Rufai, they are still in the black and white. Imaji and Kelvin in the all-white kit for this one. Kamara on the right. Hansen trying to create some space with some lovely dribbling there, but the defense stands its ground, notices the danger and is able to clear their lines. Imagine Kelvin. Could this be the moment that they settle into the game and show us what they've got? Poteas, because it's not a fluke that they are here. They're a really, really good team, and they could potentially make the grand final. Maldini. Roberto Carlos. Big switch. Trying to find Hansen, and she does well to win the header because Havertz was all over here at that time with the header, and was able to also win the header at that moment in time. Blanc. Wow, Laurent Blanc is also an interesting choice in defense. I haven't seen too much of him. I think when the game, when FC24 was released, Laurent Blanc, when it was released into that SBC, at that point in time, you had a lot of people completing the SBC. and there was a lot of partnership with him and Van Dijk. And I'll play. Of course, I'm also guilty. I'm guilty as charged because I also had Van Dijk and then Blanc. They're giving me memories now. But Laurent Blanc, I think this is his upgraded card. It's also interesting to watch. Doesn't have too much pace for me. Well, there was the pace on the cross and Erling Haaland matched there up. Imagine and Kelvin are turning the screws. They're turning the game in their favor. Leading by 2-1 now. And a cracker of a game already. Wow, that was quick. And this corner kick routine has been something that has generated a lot of conversations. It has generated a lot of conversations, and you almost feel like at every tournament, there will be the corner kick routine where, of course, we'll have Erling Haaland at the near post, cross comes in, and you literally can do nothing to stop it. And that was what the Norwegian did again. Imagine Kelvin making it count. They were on the same wavelength in that moment, and Erling Haaland gets his head onto the ball, and he gets them the lead. The lead in the series, Kenny and Rufai have been set back. Kenny and Rufai have been set back in that one. Let's see how things are also going in the other quarterfinal as Fluke Masters and Let's Win are also doing battle. Well, currently it's 4-3 in favor of Fluke Masters. It's a crazy end-to-end game. Hopefully we're able to come back there in the final moments and then see how things are going. The second half of our semi-final has also kicked off with Maggi and Kelvin up by 2-1 against Kenny and Rufai. Alonso finding De Bruyne. Kylian Mbappe. Now, this is something that I feel like every single year in FIFA, you've got to find a way to dribble. And it might be cliche a bit because when we say dribbling, people's minds usually go to skill moves. But I'm speaking of dribbling without the skill moves. And this year, it's been made simpler with controlled sprint. But sometimes, in some situations, controlled sprint won't save you. So your ability to dribble with the left stick alone, I think, is key. And I've seen that a lot of times from Imagine and Kelvin. Kudos to them. It's built them out of tight situations. It's created opportunities up front for them as well. I think it's been very, very good to watch. Kenny and Rufai, they come again with Roberto Carlos this time on the left. They come back into De Bruyne. They're searching and searching, scanning the area for where that possible excellent pass could be. Cross comes in. Mbappe, not the best headers of the ball, as he's bullied through that one. And he can't head onto it. Solot, the pass into the striker. Well, the defender was able to get a step, but the goalkeeper, I think he did very, very well to parry that one away. So, the man in the attacking areas, the bulky man, of course, where you have your Erling Haaland, Didier Drogba this time, is Alexander Solot. And I've heard people call him the low-budget Erling Haaland because they're all Norwegians. If you can't afford Erling Haaland, you have to go for Solot. And that's the guy in the team for Imagine Kelvin. They'll get their cross. That's for Kenny and Rufai, sorry. Speaking of the high budgets, Haaland now, here he is. Mbappe looking to cool things down a bit for Kenny. Rufai now on the ball with De Bruyne. But I think Jude Bellingham is massive. He has the potential to become one of, if not the best midfielders in the game. I think in real life, everybody can attest to the fact that he's had a wonderful season for Real Madrid and England. But in the game as well, he's just got the Ruud Gullit archetype, the body type. Because in Ruud Gullit, in previous FIFAs, in previous iterations of FC, he's been the best midfielder in the game. He's got height, he's got pace, he's got power, he can defend, he can score, 5-star weak foot. He's got everything. And for Jude Bellingham, I think he's also having a lot of these traits. But he might just have a little bit more dribbling than Ruud Gullit. Because in real life, if you're watching Jude Bellingham, he has a lot of dribbling. And it's no surprise that he's in the team today. Yeah, speaking of the man, there he is. Finding Joao Felix on the right. Erling Haaland makes a very good run As Imagine and Kelvin looking to work something up before the halftime whistle goes. Felix borrow to get it to the space. You felt like that one was coming. And Miyaham at the right place. Getting it to go down the easiest and simplest of moves. The comeback situations, sometimes overrated, sometimes underrated, but at this point, it's worked very, very well for Imagine and Kelvin. They head onto this one, 3-1. 3-1, very, very key for them. And it's been very, very good to watch already. Halftime whistle now goes, and just look at how the game has now turned. That's the fun in esports action. That's the fun in EA Sports FC action. It's just turned dramatically. Like, it's so crazy. But let's switch our attention now to the other game, and I must tell you, Fluke Masters, they are no fluke. They are no fluke one bit. Like, thriller in the game. 6-4 in favor of Fluke Masters. Wow. Goals galore. Goals coming in left, right, center. Like, if you turn your head to any point in time and you come back, there's a goal. And you might just miss out on a lot of action if you don't keep close to this one. There's a lot of network problems with this one. That's why there's the buffer in the stream. So kindly bear with us. So Janon Jeremiah asking for the scores. Yeah, the scores for that other game for Kenny and Rufai, Powerpuff Girls, is currently in favor of Imagine and Kelvin. They are leading by 3-1 as they go into the second half of the first leg. And for our quarterfinal fixture, Fluke Masters are up by 6-4 against Let's Win. So yeah, that's how things are looking so far in the bracket for the potential. Well, I've been corrected. The potential $300 prize pool in the final waiting in the wings for one of these two teams to grab it. Yeah, let's go into the second half of the semi-final. The second half of a key semi-final, which has been great so far. Imagine and Kelvin, they've turned up the screws and they've done very well. Is that a penalty I'm seeing? Yes, penalty to Kenny and Rufai for them to get away back into this game. Saved. Big save. The goalkeeper guessing the right way. And a huge save for Imagine and Kelvin. Another chance for them. It comes off the crossbar. Well, this is just a crazy way to start the second half. But what a big save. Making a save like that just gives a lot more confidence. It gives Imagine and Kelvin now confidence that they can hold on to the lead. But Kenny and Rufai are still pressing. This time with Hansen. Dramani can't get to that. And Imagine can win it back with Alexia Putellas. Possibly. I think she's the highest rated female card in the game. Correct me if I'm wrong. But she's just deadly. 5-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot. Like, what more can you ask of it? Alexia Putellas, she's a dream to play with in FC24. And it's been great to enjoy the Team of the Year cards as well. Roberto Carlos. This time Solot gets onto it. As Rufai and Kenny are doing everything in their part to get a goal back and then just get some momentum going into the final 30 minutes of this one. Havertz into Bissek. That partnership of Bissek and Laurent Blanc at the back has been stable. It's been stable for Imagine and Kelvin. Hasn't caused too many problems for them. I thought maybe they would have been lacking in pace, but they've been able to score a lot up front. Felix, they can create an attack over their own now. Imagine and Kelvin probing up front. As that one. Well, seems like we've run into more network problems now. We'll definitely get to the bottom of this one. We'll definitely get to the end of this one. Stream comes back on live with Traumeni. Dangerous area as Rufai knocking on the door vehemently now. Could this be the moment for them? Another big save. Heroic stuff from the goalkeeper. My word. He's just kept the Maggi and Kelvin comfortable because they've breached the defense on 2 occasions. And they should have made that one count. Rufai and Kenny, sorry. I'm sure they'd be kicking themselves at this point of how many missed chances they've had today. Over the top, Solot, maybe a jabbed offside, had to pull the run back. Bellingham into Blanc. Bisek as Hansen with the aggressive press, able to win it back in dangerous areas, but the defense alert to the danger and comes to the rescue. 30 minutes to go in this first half, in this first leg action. De Bruyne trying to recycle the ball, but that was a very, very Felix. And at this point, I think Imagine and Kelvin, they'd be happy taking a 2-1 lead into the second leg. Who wouldn't be? But with the way Kenny and Rufai are attacking, you almost feel like there might just be another goal before this one ends. Mbappe has the runner over Hansen down the right. That's very well to keep it in play. Cut back into Mbappe. Try to get a shot away. The defense holds it on. Bisek under pressure. The aggressive press coming from Kenny and Rufai. Maggi does so well to evade the danger and just calm things down at the back. Miaham. Big switch. That wasn't the right thing to do. And they give it away. As Roberto Carlos can come on the other end for Rufai. Kelvin with Solot on the third. Kylian Mbappe now in a promising position. Step over and Bisek is there. The defense matching the intensity of the offense at this point. And with the final 3 minutes to go, this game is poised for a cracker of a second leg. Pateas onto the 10, teasing things a bit. Just working the clock in every way possible. Kelvin is doing very, very well to hold it down there. As with just a minute to go, they had for a pause. And in situations like these, heading into a pause is it can make you who went into the pause nervous. You who created the pause nervous. And it can also create an opportunity for the other guys to also work something up, maybe scheme something up, maybe get into, of course, press after possession loss or constant pressure, and then create a good situation for themselves. So it can work both ways. I think they've also encountered another problem, and let's see how it goes there. But yeah, that's how things are faring now. Imagine Kelvin have a 3-1 lead that they'd be hoping to take into the second leg. But Kenny and Rufai have been knocking and knocking at the door. They've been trying and trying, but still to no avail. Well, I think this is a point where we have to go for another break and then see what's happening with the guys. Hopefully, we're able to rectify some of these things that are happening. But yeah, just stay and stay with us. There's more coming. Remember that we'll have to complete the semi-finals games today, of course. And we'll bring you all of the updates, so stay tuned. There's more action coming, and you've got to buckle up, tighten your seatbelt, because this one has got the potential to be incredible. And I've said that a lot of times, and when I say it, the game's back it up. There you see on your screens the Fluke Masters take on the Cursed Killers. Farouk Manzo and Killer Freak are called back into action as they take on the Fluke Masters. Rhymes Bobo and YB in that matchup. The other semi-final that we're talking about is finally kickstarted now. Farouk Manzo and Killer Freak in the Barcelona kits, that is in the red and the blue. If you're not familiar with it, well, that could have been a promising start for Rice Bobo and YB, who are in the white kit, who just had the opportunity to open the lead. Alexia Putellas' effort parried away by the goalkeeper. Cross comes in, knocked down by Erling Haaland. Yashin does so well to win it back. A lot of these shapeshifter items kind of feels weird at some point. Having the likes of Levi Yashin playing defense here kind of feels weird, but it does happen, and sometimes they are very good cards. So that's another code card there. Aitana Bonmati, the current Ballon d'Or holder in women's football, the Barcelona midfielder, opens the scoring. Farouk and Kenny have a foot. Farouk and Killer Freak, sorry, I'm just mixing the names up a bit. Kindly bear with me here today. Farouk and Killer Freak have a foot in the final as they take the lead early on against the Fluke Masters. YB and Rhymes, they did start the game well. They had the first big chance of the game. But if you've got the chance, you've got to make them count. And Farouk has made his count. I think him and Killer Freak, offensively, they've been so good today. It looks like stopping them is going to be a difficult task. Here they come again this time. Erling Haaland, the balance wasn't there. And he just kind of rushed the shot a bit. Was unable to direct where the shot will go. And it just went straight at the keeper. Campbell at the back for Rhymes. Big switch into Lucas Vasquez. And with Killer Freak and Farouk Manzo with their noses up front, you know they are not going to let the foot off the gas. They are going to keep attacking, keep putting the pressure on you. And this is where Rhymes and YB will have to show their composure. And they do. They win a penalty out of this one. Great dribbling. And the defender just committed too much. Johan Cruyff goes to the spot, possibly to level things up for them. Johan Cruyff from 12 yards. Score! Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. And we are level. Big goal to take us back to where things all started. Level pegging. Level pegging. Well, that should be interesting. This one has set itself nicely. And remember that this one could be the game that could potentially tell us who would be in the $300 game in the final. Rolfo, Holy, Haaland. Rushing things a bit, and it's getting chaotic in that midfield area. Both teams unable to hold on to it. But it seems like the Fluke Masters, YB and Rhymes, looking to take the sting out of the game and keep the ball extremely well now. Vasquez, Van Dijk, and they're looking to play the possession game. And possibly if they watch that game between the Cursed Killers, of course, Farouk Manzo and Killer Freak, when they took on in that quarterfinal matchup. When they took on, of course, Italian Mafia and Roberto Henry in that quarterfinal matchup, you've got to take some positives from the first leg and learn a few things. Italian Mafia and Roberto Henry were possessive. Like, they held onto the ball very well. And that kind of created problems for Farouk and Killer Freak because they want to press. If you're able to beat the press, you create problems for them. And I feel like that's what Fluke Masters are looking to do here today. If it works out for them, that could be great. But without great Farouk And Kel Africa on the attack. They could score at any moment in time. Here comes Bonmati, the goal scorer again. But what a tackle Van Dijk. That was a very risky one. It had to be time to perfection. And time to perfection that was. Haaland. Well, he's not the best guy to be trying to dribble it with him in that area, in the midfield area where you've got a lot of people crowded in that area. But yeah, sometimes it does happen. Big switch. Roberto Carlos wins the header. We don't say much of that too many times with his height. But yeah, the Brazilian able to win it back in a very good position. The Bonmati card, I feel like, is a bit underrated. Aitana Bonmati, if you agree with me, just let me know in the comment section. The reason why I'm calling her underrated a bit in the game is because I think people tend to lean towards a lot more Putellas. But Bonmati could be a little bit more balanced than Putellas, because Putellas, she's not as good as she is on offense. But Bonmati has also got the mix of the two. And it's key for her. She's costing 2 million coins at this point. That's Aitana Bonmati. Wow. I didn't know she was that expensive. But yeah, she's got a lot of traits as well. She's a technical dribbler. She's got good play styles that you can enjoy from. So I think Aitana Bonmati is a key player in this setup for Kel Africa and Fluke. And of course, she was at the end of that goal. They also got 4-star skill move, 5-star weak foot as well for the team of that team of the year card. Ronaldinho opening things up. Johan Cruyff opening up the space. Farouk Manzo, can he find Kel Africa in a possible dangerous situation? The defense stands its ground, and the first half will come to an end in great fashion, and leaving us in a good situation to hope for a great second half to come as well. Farouk Manzo, Kel Africa, they started the game well. I feel change for me was immediately that Ryan Bobo and YB created that first chance. You knew, okay, these guys could be deadly. Yeah, these guys could create problems. These guys could create a lot of problems. And when they got their first goal, it was very, very good to watch. They are now dominating the game, possessing the ball very well, like kicking it from right to left very well. And sometimes you can underrate that a lot, like just passing so well at the back, being able to be composed is very, very key when you're playing against heavily aggressive players. Johan Cruyff went in a very promising possession, finds Virgil van Dijk. Lucas Vasquez looking for the option, decides to go back into Haji. The underrated Haji. Haji, who I'm looking to add to 19 Haji. Can he do something here, Haji? Well, they lose it out. And the cash killers win it back. Ruud Gullit wins it with a big header. As Farouk Manzo was looking to go past this man, but that's the benefit of playing a player like Ruud Gullit in the midfield. When you trigger the run for him to go into the midfield, or go into the attack, sorry, and you try a German cross, he's possibly going to win the header against some of the defenders. Maybe if he faces the likes of Van Dijk and Co, he might struggle a bit, but he's got a chance. That's the thing. But if you play a player like Bonmati and you pair her with an Alexia Putellas in the midfield, that's where you might fall short a bit, because you can't play those crosses when you trigger the midfielders into the box, because they are not the bulky type that can win headers for you, that can win aerial balls for you, and you could struggle with them. Well, speaking of the aerial threat, there's the man who creates a lot of aerial threat. Erling Haaland almost opening and getting the lead for the Fluke Masters. Corner again, Haaland in another dangerous area. This time Van Dijk. Overhead kick, check parries that one away. They've worked the corner kick routine down to a T, and they're creating problems for Kel Africa and Farouk. Just look at how much time they take before they get the corner in. That's them taking attention to detail, looking at the details of the corner, and they almost made it work again. Wow, that was definitely some nervy moments for Farouk and Kel Africa. Rams and YB almost cooked something incredible there. Leviation. Maldini wins it back as Farouk will switch it up into Reece James. Now switching of play. I think this year it's been heavily emphasized on that you've got to switch play to be able to evade pressure. If you are facing aggressive teams, you've got to find a way to switch play. If you don't know how to switch play, you could be in a lot of trouble. You could be in a lot of trouble as we head into the last 25 minutes of the game. Well, Killer Freak also looking to work some magic from the corner. Erling Haaland lurking in and around the area. Alisson able to come and grab that one. That was an heavy moment. But every single time they cross that ball into the near post, and of course, I've suffered from it myself from playing rivals and champs. You see a lot of guys try that technique, and of course, if it's working, why not try it? That's the meta. And Erling Haaland at the near post is literally a nightmare to deal with, and he almost made it work for the Killer Freak and Farouk Manzo at that point. Ronaldinho, heavy touch. Haji into Haaland. Rhymes working very well down the flank into Erling Haaland. Can he hold up the ball? That's very well. Finding Haji again. YB from distance. Haji's effort just goes over the top of the bar. You've got to be versatile in EAFC 24 to be able to create chances. You've got to be versatile in the way you create chances, in the sense that the defense can throw so many things at you. You've got to be versatile. You've got to have the crossing game, have the dribbling game, have the skill move game, because sometimes you can face a compact defense and what you're comfortable with, you're unable to do. So if you're versatile, there's a lot of things that you can go to and create chances for yourself. And that's why I think Farouk Manzo and Killer Freak have the versatility. But the ability to also defend against them, I think, has created a very good opportunity. But they couldn't hold on to it much longer. Farouk Manzo is able to get into Ronaldinho and just tap it home. That looked easy on the eye, but I must tell you, that's not easy at all. Killer Freak and Farouk have their noses in front again with the last 10 minutes to go in the first leg. Poteas into Haaland, Brian Bobo and YB working something on the left. They get it into Roberto Carlos, promising position. Yashin trying to cover some space there, but Roberto Carlos still holds on to it. Prince. There's just a little bit of space opening, and we are seeing the power shot. Oh, that's literally the first time we are seeing the power shot here today. That's also another feature in the game that I think has died down a bit. Poteas working the angles with a great stop there. Rhymes dancing in the area. Can he get the pass though? Erling Haaland and Co waiting in the area, just looking for the perfect pass to play. Gets Erling Haaland, tries the power shot, and that's what can happen sometimes. That is literally what can happen sometimes, and it kind of, if they pull it off, it's great to watch. If it doesn't come off, it doesn't look good on the eye at all. And that was a horrific finish from Erling Haaland, just blasting that one away. I'm sure Rams was trying to do something spectacular there, but the defense held him back. The defense really, really held them there. They've done very, very well to hold off Rams and NYB. But going into the final 5 minutes, I think anything will happen at this point, because Rams and YB, they showed us that they can score goals. They've showed us that they've got the composure and the ability to score goals. And in these last 5 minutes, I'm sure they're going to throw everything at it. But this is what you also have to put in mind, that there's a second leg. And if you throw everything at it and you're hit on the counter and now they score a third, it makes the job even a lot more harder in the second leg. So are you going to maintain the 2-1 lead, go into the second leg and then give yourself a whole 90 minutes to play for? Or you try to get the equalizer and then make the second leg even more juicier? So it's pick your poison moment for them. Which one are they going to choose? We'll find out in some few seconds, as the guys are just going through the parts. And I've noticed this with commentating on pro games. They let the pause run out. That's also something I've learned. Because usually when I'm playing champs and I'm leading and my opponent he presses the pause, immediately I'm done with what I'm doing, I just go back and I'm waiting for him. But you've got to let the pause run out sometimes and just cool yourself down. Just cool yourself down and just take your time. Try to think about what you do next. Try to think about strategies of preventing your opponent from scoring. So yeah, that's a nice strategy to go to as we see the pause being queued again. I think Rhymes and then YB are just trying to get some tactics down and then possibly create a lot of chaos for Farouk and Killer Freak. The final 5 minutes are here. Final 5 minutes to go. Reece James, Vieira, Bonmati, Farouk, and then Killer Freak looking to add a third. That was a nice cross by Erling Haaland. Just wasn't there. It just went behind him. And Lucas Vasquez can clear his lines. Final minute to go. In this first leg, in this tight first leg. And it was expected. When you've got two great caliber of teams meeting, you know there's not a lot of separation between them. And at this point, it's looking like the Fluke Masters might settle for being down 2-1 going into the second leg, or maybe they might push for a third. They get a crossing, Yashin is able to win the header, and I think that might be that. That might be that for the first leg. That might be that for the first leg as Haji is able to win it back. Possibly the last chance of the game. Erling Haaland knocking it down. The goalkeeper coming to the rescue of Farouk and Killer Freak. And now that's that. That was just like some last minute drama coming down. And it was about to be chaotic. But that's how the first leg ends. With Killer Freak and Farouk Manzo up by 2-1. In this matchup, we'll take another quick break and then wait for the second leg to start. And of course, you come and enjoy all the goodness of the 2v2 EAFC action from GG Arena. All right, second leg. Here we go. The final leg to determine who our first finalists will be. They're going to be Killer Freak and Farouk Manzo. Hook up of an incredible run and make a final. Or will YB and Rhymes Bobo make a potential historic comeback to also make the final? Let's see what happens in this one. The kits remain the same. The Barcelona home kits, red and blue for Killer Freak and Farouk. And in the all white, kind of feels like Barcelona versus Real Madrid. Or is it just me? Yeah. In the all white for them as well. Erling Haaland knocks it down to Bonmati. That was pitch perfect. That was Something you could watch over and over again. Get the cross into Haaland, just knocking down to the open Bon Marty, and she just had to pick her spot. Farouk and Keller Freak are sizzling on offense again, and they double their lead on the aggregate scoreline. It's 3-1 now. Rams will win YB. Well, they definitely didn't want to start a game like this, being down by 2 goals on the aggregate scoreline, but it does happen sometimes, and you've just got to pick yourself up and give yourself a chance in the game. I know scoring goals in the ANFC, in fact, against guys like these are difficult, but you've got to find a way to dig deep. That was a moment they'd like to wipe off. Allison almost giving it away there. Rolfo. Van Dijk. Finding Roberto Carlos that time. Haaland, winter back. Rams will win YB need things to go their way. They need to create a lot more chances than they're doing right now. Check it. Petr Cech comes to claim very well that the attacker was lurking in the way. We've got champions everywhere. We've got champions everywhere with the rest of the players left in this tournament. We've got a champion in Farouk Manzo. We've got a champion in Killer Freak himself. We've got champions in Rhymes, Bobo, and YB. I think if you make it to the top 4 of the EAFC 2v2 GG Arena tournament, you're a champion in your own right. Haaland bearing down on goal. Can he use his strength to bully Maldini? But of course, the Italian legend will also stand this ground, and they settle for the corner. They settled for the corner early on. 20 minutes gone. I think Farouk Manzo and Killer Freak are comfortable. We'll have to see Rhymes, Bobo, and YB make them uncomfortable by scoring just 1 goal. Because immediately you score 1 goal, then you make them nervous a bit. Then you send a message. You send a signal. Then you tell them that, hey, this is not going to be a walkover for you guys. This is going to possibly be a long one. So you've got to keep in mind that we are still around. And there's a lot of FC action to be played. So expect that these guys will surely put up a fight. And this just gives me hope. It gives me, that's the word for me, hope and faith. That with more opportunities like these coming for our EFC athletes, like Farouk, Killer Freak, Rens Bobo, YB, Imaji, Kelvin, Suchi, Khaled, in fact, all the 32 players that played, that with more opportunities comes more what word should I give to this? With more opportunities, I was thinking of Spider-Man there. With great responsibility comes great something. But yeah, with more opportunities, I think it gives them more experience. That's what I'm trying to say. More experience in big games like this, in pressure moments like this, for them to be able to cope with stuff, with tight situations, and be able to overcome them as well. I think it's key. And it's a great initiative as well from GG Arena. Kindly give them a follow if you're on Instagram or on Twitter. Kindly just log on to Instagram, type in the said GG Arena, and give them a follow. These guys are doing some amazing work within the EAFC community. They just don't do EAFC tournament as well. If you're a Call of Duty mobile guy too, this is the channel for you. Kindly hit that subscribe button. Give them a follow on Instagram and on Twitter. And I assure you, you would not regret it. Vasquez, Johan Cruyff, you could see that there have been possibly a change in formation for Rams, Bobo, and YB. I think that's looking like the case. Is that a switch in how the midfield shape looks like? I'll be looking a little bit more closely to see how they've tried to change things to be able to match up to Farouk and Killer Freak. Vasquez. Cruyff gets there, but Maldini gets there before him. Rolfo. Bomati. Switching of play again. Very, very key to be able to switch the play and switch it successfully. Sometimes it can work against you, but if you do it well, there's a lot of benefits to it. Vieira. Bonmati. Just look how they're taking their time to work their way into another area. It's just the patience that does it for me. This time, Johan Cruyff. Patient build-up from Farouk and Killer Freak, and they are now pulling away. They are now stamping their authority on this game. They are now putting themselves in a great position to make the final. Ryan's Bobo and YB, the job has even become extra difficult. You've got to score 3 goals or more to book a spot in the final. That's how difficult it has become. And it is going to be a tough task for them to do that. That was a start for them. That was a big start for them. If Erling Haaland had gotten that one into the back of the net, that gives them a lot of confidence going into the rest of this game. Here comes Farouk again. Rolfo's pass unsuccessful, and Rolfo on the other end gets it back. Trying to run away from Patrick Vieira in the midfield. So look at that midfield combination of Patrick Vieira and Ruud Gullit. 2 bulky frames, but Patrick Vieira, of course, defensively oriented. He's going to be the breaker in midfield. I don't know if he's got the jockey play style as Johan Cruyff with a good move and a good chance, but they just can't get it. Corner comes in. Ryan's Bobo and YB, we know how deadly they are from these. Corner comes in, goalkeeper claims easily. That's excellent timing and awareness from Killer Freak to come and claim that one. So yeah, speaking of how you pair your midfield up, and sometimes that's a headache for Ultimate Team players. You look at the partnership of Ruud Gullit and Patrick Vieira, 2 bulky frames, but of course Patrick Vieira defensively oriented. Ruud Gullit can do both. But for others as well, they like to pair maybe a Ruud Gullit and an Alexia Putellas. That's an attacking-minded player because he wants the attacking goodness, of course, Alexia Putellas, and he wants someone who can do both. Because if you have a situation in a one-on-one and it's Patrick Vieira bearing down on goal, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, your chances are you might miss. You might miss. Maybe if you go for the shot cancel, the goalkeeper might fall and you have a very easy way to score, but you might miss. You might literally miss. So I think it's key that if you're using Patrick Vieira, you should also pair him up with someone who's very, very great attacking wise. So yeah, that's how the dynamics of stuff like this work. And it's always so fun creating teams as we go into the halftime with Farouk Manzo and Killer Freak up by 4-1. They're comfortable. Very, very comfortable now. The YB and Rams will have to do a lot more to ruffle their feathers. A lot more to ruffle their feathers. It's looking too comfortable. But you just have to sit back and appreciate greatness. And they're looking like they're on the greatness trail. They are certainly on the greatness trail. If they make that final, they are definitely going to be touted as one of the great 2v2 teams. Vieira finding Haaland, knocking it down to Cruyff. And when you've got the attacker with his back to the goal, trying to link up play, sometimes it's very difficult. But they've also done that very, very well here today. That's where I have to give credit to YB and Ryan Zobo because it's difficult playing in a situation like this. And I think they've done that very, very well to keep themselves in the game, even though the scoreline doesn't say that. But I think another goal from them could change the dynamic and change the narrative. But another goal from Killer Freak and Farouk Manzo could seal the deal. It could just seal the deal and close this game and wrap it up. Johan Cruyff with the 10. Is he going to do it all alone by himself? As Killer Freak just dancing in the area. Cross comes in. Haaland knocks it down again. He's literally winning every single header. He's a nightmare in front of goal. And they just don't know how to deal with him. He's been so good to watch today. Just look at him again. Aggressive with the press. Haaland. Short cancel. Wow, just look at how he brings more players into the equation. These two guys are playing like they've been playing for 10 years together. Killer Freak, Farouk Manzo. They've been spectacular today. 56 minutes just gone on the game clock. And you kind of feel like There's a lot more of attacking in them. There's a lot more of goals in them. And Ransford and YB, they've got to be careful. They've got to be very, very careful of the danger that these two pose. Roberto Carlos knocking it down, but just gonna locate the open man. Rolfo. Farouk again. Into Mati. In those finesse areas, but they play short into the box. Virgil van Dijk makes a crucial tackle and wins it back. As Rhymes will look for YB with Cruyff. Twisting and turning. Looking to get more guys into the play. Cross comes into Haaland. This could be the moment for them. There it is. A big goal. A big goal to give them a glimmer of hope. To show them that there could be potentially some light at the end of the tunnel. With about 25 minutes to go, then there's a lot of time to be played as well. They could turn things around, and it starts with that goal. Big goal. Big, big goal. And can they capitalize? Can the momentum shift into their favor? Maldini. Finding Reece James on the right. Ronaldinho with the pass. Looking to find the extra pass. Hold on to a bit longer as Farouk dancing in the area. This guy is just relentless. And immediately that reverse elastico came, he knew the space was going to be created. And the far post finish, beating the goalkeeper. And we are back to where it all started. Rise of YB. I'm sure they are saying to themselves, what can we do to stop these guys from scoring? They're scoring at will. They're scoring at will at this point. And you just can't. You just can't understand some of the ways in which they attack. Like, they're just so good. The passes are so good to watch. And both of them, when you've got the luxury of having two players that can hold on to the ball very well, I think it's sometimes unfair. But Killer Freak and Farouk Manzo, both of them in tight situations know how to hold on to the ball. And it's just too much to handle at this point. 14 minutes to go. We're all full. But we've got to give credit to YB and Ryan Zobo. I think their campaign to get to the semi-final was very good. They've definitely given a good account of themselves. They've been very, very good to watch as well. Kudos to them, I think. They've also got very, very good potential. But that's what tournaments like these show us. They show us that we've not just got one team that plays well. We've got around like 4 teams, 5 teams that play extremely well. And I'm 100% certain that Ryan Zobo and YB are part of the best 4 teams. The best 4 2v2 teams in Africa. Hullet. Reece James. That time the step over read well by Roberto Carlos. Massive start from Killer Freak and Farouk Mountain. When you win like this, you immediately put fear into the other semi-finalists because they know if they win, they potentially face you. So it's shaping up to be wonderful stuff. You're currently watching on the GG Arena YouTube channel. I hope you've enjoyed these hours of top level FC action, and it's been a pleasure to bring you this one. I hope you stay with us right to the end. Because there's a lot more coming for you. I'll update you as soon as I can hear more info about the other stuff happening in the other semi-final. Alexia, Puteas, Rolfo. At this point, possibly damage control might come into account for them. But look at this Farouk Manzo goal. They play it again. Possibly you could see the sixth goal in the tie. Kylian Mbappe. And I'm just enjoying themselves with the ball to Euro. Got it back into Benzema. He stopped in the tracks. But yeah, this is the definition of enjoying yourselves now. You've played extremely well through both legs. Deserve the victory. Farouk Manzo, Killer Freak. These two guys, they look like they might just be on their way to clinching a title. But hey, let's not jinx things. Let's not make things a lot more awkward. I know they are possibly the team to beat. They were a lot of people's favorites coming into this tournament, and they've proven why. A lot of people have them winning it all. We've seen a lot of people throw their support also to both of these guys, and they showed us why. If you bet on them, they will not fail you. They booked their spot in the final in outstanding fashion, in commanding fashion, beating the Fluke Masters by 5 goals to 2. And we have our first finalist here in our 2v2 tournament, Farouk Manzo. Kelafri, congratulations on this wonderful feat. They go into a matchup in the final, which could see them potentially winning $300. Yes, that's the 2v2 AFC GG Arena tournament. It's been wonderful. It's been crazy. We'll take one of our final breaks, and then we'll come back with more updates with everything happening elsewhere. Stay tuned.
I go feel from Canterbury.
Wow, that was our last moment, and that's it right there. Just wonderful, wonderful EAFC action. But we always have a winner and a loser, and this could potentially be an incredible final. So there is the bracket and how it's looking like. We have Fury taking on the Chaos Killer. Fury taking on the Chaos Killer. Fury, who've been very, very good today. We've watched them already, and we've been impressed with how they've played. They beat OKK in the quarterfinals 3-1. They also beat Powerpuff Girls in the semi-final by 3 goals to 1. So yeah, they don't concede a lot of goals, and they're coming up against, I think, the highest scorers in the tournament so far, Killer Freak and Farouk Manzo. So it should be interesting. It should be interesting. That final, you do not want to miss at all. We'll give you all the updates. Make sure you're following the GG Arena channel on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter as well. So you get all the updates. You do not miss out on when this final will be played. Fury, Imagine, and Kelvin have a very, very tough task, and I'm sure they've got one thing on their mind: winning and lifting that title. For Farouk and then Killer Freak, they are the favorites. That's according to a lot of people that I've spoken with. But I mean, Imagine and Kelvin, they've definitely deserved their spot here. And it promises to be a cracking final. It promises to be a final that we will have replaying for so many times. But that's going to be all from us today. It's been a time to remember. It's been a very memorable one. I'm just grateful that JJ Arena had me on here today. I enjoyed every single game. I hope you did too. Until next time, it's stay safe out there so you can catch more of the action, so you can catch the final. Remember, the $300 game will be on, and we'll give you all the updates. Make sure you're following across all our social media platforms at GG Arena on Instagram, on Twitter. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you don't miss out when we go live. Till we meet next time, it's adios.